Okay, good evening everyone and welcome to Free Readings. Now there is going to be a slight change to tonight's readings, in fact to all my live readings. Yesterday we had an exceptionally busy gift readings and it went on for 6 hours, which is great but not so great for myself, who was 6 hours using spirit energy, so it kind of does get a little long. So my readings lives are now going to be restricted to 4 hours. So what does that mean for subscribers and free readings? Subscribers will still get their 2 card readings free every time I go live. Non-subscribers on a free readings night will get 1 card free readings. We will choose the free readings for the list going on emojis. Hello Susan. Yay. Hello Jojo. Lovely to see everyone. So the way I'm going to work it is we're going to do subscriber free, subscriber free, subscriber free. So we're going to do 10 names each, well 10 names each list until the end of the 4 hours. So I'm going to pick 5 subscribers, 5 non-subscribers, if that makes sense. And then we'll open the list if we've still got time to do another 10, etc., right to the 4 hour mark. Now anyone that is still left on the list at the end of the 4 hour mark will be put to the top of the list for Thursday night's free readings, because tomorrow night is not a readings night. Tomorrow night is my spiritual health and beauty night, if that makes sense. So let me see, we've got Susan as a subscriber. Susan's in and Jojo is in as well. So I'm going to put Susan space, but I'm going to leave a space for the free ones. Susan and Jojo. And we're going to pick 5 free names at random. So let me just, in fact, Susan, could you put a notice out on subscriber group and mods group, please? Share the live. Hello, hello. Hello, Nadeli. Hello, Shelley. So that's kind of how I'm going to run it. We're going to do individual lists. We're going to do 10 names on each list, 5 subscriber names and 5 non-subscribers. Subscribers get 2 cards and non-subscribers obviously get the 1 card. When we get to the end of that first 10 names on the list, we can open the list again and do another 10 names until we get to the end of the 4 hours reading, which will be 2:15, and then any names still left on any of the lists I will put to the top of the list for Thursday's readings. Even if you're not present on the Thursday's readings, if you're on that list, you'll still get read, and hopefully we can get that shared to YouTube. Hello, Cecilia. Lovely to see you. So let's put Cecilia on there. So we've got 3 subscribers so far on the first list. So we've got Cecilia. So we've got Susan, Jojo, Cecilia. And we've still got 2 spaces left for another 2 subscribers if and when they come in. Okay, so I'm going to pick 5 random non-subscribers' names, and we will get started with the first 10. So if you would like a reading tonight, unless you're a subscriber, I've already got you on the list, but if you would like a 1-card reading tonight, which is free, all the readings tonight are free, start sharing your favourite emojis. And I'm going to pick 5 random emojis. Those 5 random emojis, whoever's name's attached to those emojis, will be the first 5 to get free readings tonight, along with the 5 subscribers we already have on the list. So it could be any emojis you want. Once I see all the emojis starting flicking up the screen, just to give everybody a chance, I will pick 5 at random. And then once we get to the 10 names on the list, we'll close the list till we've done those 10, and then we will reopen the list again. Excuse my parrot, he's decided, as per usual, he's going to have a bath before the readings start. He picks his moments, let me tell you. Okay. So if you would like a free reading, start sharing your emojis now. It could be happy faces, hearts, butterflies, moons, unicorns, flowers, whatever you want. Let's keep them flowing up the screen, and then we will pick 5 names. Okay, let's see who we've got. Alrighty, we have got, the first name is Neely Amelia. Neely Amelia. So Neely Amelia is on the list. So we need another 4 names. Keep those emojis going. Okay. Marion Herbert. Marion Herbert. For some reason you've been called. So Marion's on the list. We have got 3 more names to go. Good evening, Stephen. Okay, let's put Stephen on the list because Stephen's just come in. So that's Stephen. Okay, who else have we gonna have tonight? Divine Dealing with the hearts. Divine Dealing. Okay, who else do we have? Hello, hello everyone. If you would like a reading and you would like to be on the first 10 on the list, we have got, let me see how many we've got. 1, 2, 3. We've got 2 spaces left. 2 spaces left. Hello, 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 Jai. Jai. Let's put Jai on because Jai is a subscriber. So Jai is on the list. Jai, you get 2 cards because you've just subscribed. Welcome to subscriber. If you're on Facebook, I do have a subscriber group. It is on my website, which is on my bio here on TikTok. Click on my website, scroll left, look for the subscribers group, click on that and you can get in there. But remember to put your TikTok name when you are joining. We've got Millie. Millie, you are on the list. So Millie gets 1 card and she's on the list. So Susan has 2, Neely has 1, Jojo has 2, Marion Herbert has 1, Cecilia has 2, Divine Dealing 1, Stephen 2, Millie 1, Jai 2. Now let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got 1 more space for a free reading. Share those emojis. Share those emojis. Divine Healing, you're already on the list. Okay. We have Rianne with the red hearts. Rianne is our last free one on the first list. Rianne. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have our 10. So we're going to temporarily close the list until we've done those 10 names, and then we will reopen the list again. Hello, hello, Rat. How are you? Hello, Retta. Okay. So we do have our 10. Susan, if there are any subscribers come in, can you take a note of them for the next list? Take a note of 5, the next 5 that come in. The current list that we've got so far: Susan, Neely Amelia, Jojo, Marion Herbert, Cecilia, Divine Healing, Stephen, we've got Millie, we've got Jai, and we've got Rianne. Or Rihanna. Okay, so let's start with Susan. Now the cards that I have got tonight, Susan, are moon cards and animal. We've got moon cards and animal cards. Thank you, Susan. Animal cards. Okay. This first list is closed, and then we will reopen it and we'll choose another 5. We'll choose another 5 names at random and 5 subscribers as well. Okay. So Susan wants 2 animals. Subscribers get 2 cards. Non-subscribers will get 1 card. Okay, just because it is a busy night, free readings. All the readings nights will now be 4 hours. We did a readings night yesterday and I extended it, and we went on for about 6.5 hours, which is a long time for me to be working with spirit. It can tire my energy out as well as spirit energy. So we are restricting the readings to 4 hours. I know that means that a lot of people won't get a reading, but I am on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday and Friday doing readings. So there is lots of opportunity to get a reading from myself on those days. If you're a subscriber, you also have an additional day because Saturday night is subscriber only live. So subscribers can get their own individual readings on a Saturday night. And then of course Sunday, I don't do any lives. That's my one and only day during the week that I get time off doing my lives and spend time with my wonderful fiance. Okay, thank you everyone for the likes and the gifts. Now yesterday we were almost hitting 50k likes, which is amazing. My top goal so far has been 100 likes on 100k likes on readings. So let's see if we can get up to 50 first. And then we will see if we can get, thank you for the gifts, and then we can see if we can get up to, let's see if we can break the record. The record is 105k likes. Let's see if we can break that record in 4 hours. Is it doable? That's up to you, folks. How do we do it? We tap, 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 tap the screen. And it costs nothing to tap the screen. But that little likes button at the top starts growing every time you tap the screen. Isn't that amazing? And you get to see lots of beautiful cards floating up the screen, which is amazing. Okay. I know, Stephen ate all the chocolates. Stephen boxes of chocolates and then he eats them all and gives us the empty boxes. Isn't he so sweet? Alrighty. Susan, the 2 spirit animals that you have got tonight. The first one is the elephant. And the second one is the opossum. So you have the elephant and the opossum. So let's see what the 2 spirit animals have got to say for you tonight. Resolve. The elephant is resolve. You will overcome any obstacles. You will overcome any obstacles. Right? Now you may have found that in the past, getting through obstacles was a mighty, mighty battle. Right? One, you didn't probably have the self-confidence nor the strength to overcome the battles. But the life path that you now follow is gaining you extra confidence and extra strength. And with that extra confidence and that extra strength, just like the elephant, if a tree gets in his way, the elephant can use his trunk to swiftly move the tree trunk out of its way, leaving the path clear. Sorry, Leo, Leo obviously doesn't like the card getting in his way. I'm sorry. Did I get in your way? I do apologise. And so the elephant reminds us we're all more than capable of clearing obstacles out of our path. We just have to have the confidence and the belief that there is nothing in this world that we cannot overcome if we just buckle down and put our minds to it. We might find different ways of doing it, but we can overcome any obstacles in our path, even the ones that seem impossible. I'm always a firm believer, take the M out of impossible and take the dis out of disability. Because you can always find a way round it. You might find a different way of doing it, but you can always find a way round it. You can always find a different solution. So the elephant is coming to say, take what you've learned and that added strength and self-confidence and smash any obstacle in your way so that you can get the job done. Right? Also, positive thinking gets the job done. Negative thinking just lowers the energy. Right? So instead of telling yourself you can't sort this problem out, or you find that this is just too much hard work, too much effort to solve it, keep going. Push away the barriers, right? Knock them out of your way. Use your inner strengths, just eliminate them. Blast them out of your way and keep going is the elephant's message. Oh, Stephen, you're getting it big time tonight. Hello, Jenny. Okay, we've got a possum is your second card, and a possum is strategy, right? Have a backup plan. Strategy, right? So for those problems and troubles that you do get in the way, right? Right, okay, do you need a wee spray? Is that what it is? There you go. There, alright, there you go then. You happy now? Are you happy? There you go. Is that what you wanted, a wee bath? Oh, you like your wee bath. Honestly, see the things, this bird, he wants a bath and a shower at the most awkward times. Right, are you happy now? Thank you. Now he's going to go for something to eat. Bath, shower and supper. So when the elephant is saying to you, blast your problems and troubles out of the way, the opossum is then coming to say, right, what about those problems and troubles that get in your way? What about the ones that do get in your way and you have to really work at it? That's when you need a backup plan. That's when you need a strategy, right? Whatever we do in life, we should have a backup. We should have a plan A and a plan B. So that if plan A falls flat on its face, you've got a backup, right? You've got plan B, all right? And as long as you've got a backup, sometimes I have two backups, plan A, B and C. But the opossum knows that whatever he does in life, if at first it doesn't succeed, it doesn't matter because he's got another strategy. He's got another backup plan, right? It's a bit like when I first started doing my readings and I'm thinking, okay, how does a blind woman then manage to pick 5 names? Well, do you know what? I might not be able to see print very well, but I can see emojis. The colours and the shapes of emojis draws me just as much as anything else. That was my backup plan. My backup plan was, if I can't see print and I need to pick 5 names from the free readings list, etc., then I'll use emojis. And then I'll decipher whose name is at the end of the emojis. It works differently from other readers on TikTok, but it's my strategy and it works. And that's all that matters in life, right? Doesn't matter if your strategy or your problem solving or your backup plan is different from anybody else's. As long as the end result means that you can overcome any obstacles in your way, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter if you find the weirdest and strangest solution to a problem that nobody else on this planet has ever come up with. Right? That's your unique backup plan. That's your unique strategy for getting that job done or for overcoming that problem. Right? And I feel that in the past, you've had to adjust and use strategies to get things done that other people take for granted. Right? And I know as a blind woman, I've had to do the same. I've had to find different ways of doing things, different ways of cooking, different ways of making coffee so that I'm not overfilling my coffee cup and scalding myself, etc. Different ways of checking if food's hot enough without actually getting burned. So there are lots of different ways we can do things. It's thinking out of the box. So whenever there's an obstacle, think of a strategy to go with it and get the job done. There's nothing in this world that we cannot achieve if we put our mind to it. Yep, unique ways. We all have, hello Kay, we all have unique ways. Hello everyone. Okay, before I forget, I'm going to put Jenny on the second list. I know we've got the first list, but I'm going to put Jenny on the second list. All right. So we've done Susan. Neely Amelia. What one? You've got one card. What would you like? Moon cards or animal? Hello, Brandy. Moon. Moon deck for you. Okay, let's go with the moon. Let's shuffle the moon cards. Okay. Now for those that are just joining me and never been on my live before, hello, welcome in. My name is the Mystic Witch, i.e. Lady Moonlight. I'm a traditional witch, medium, Reiki master and spiritual healer. And I also promote natural products. The Mystic Witch proudly announced yesterday that I've added a beautiful natural brand to the Mystic Witch, and it is hippie. If you love your candles as much as I do, candles, hippie clothing, gothic clothing, crystals, jewellery, if you love your wax melts, your incense burners, and so much more, even the hippie boots, etc., etc., check out my website and check out the hippie shop on there. The minute I saw those products, I knew that the Mystic Witch had to promote them. So I got in touch with a beautiful lady that owns the company. Absolutely gem of a lady, and her products are just amazing. It ticks all of my boxes. So if you've never heard of hippie and you love all of those things that are natural, go check out my hippie store. You're gonna love, and the prices are really, really good. And all the crystals are genuine. Okay. I've already started my shopping list. My payday is middle of the month, and I can't wait. I've already got a shopping list going to get some hippie goodies. I've posted a post today, and we've got a crystal cave on there. That's first on my list. Crystal cave back burner has different colours going through these crystals, and you've got the back burner waterfall going down the down and through the crystals. It's absolutely stunning. So I'm hoping it's still in stock come my big payday. Hello, Kelly. Let's put Kelly on the second list as well. Let's make sure Kelly is on that second list. All right, Kelly's on there. All right. So let's see what moon card Neely Amelia has. Luck is on your side. You may have been through quite a storm. You may have been through some pretty rough rides in life, right? And everything may not have gone as planned in the past. But this card is here to remind you that after every storm cloud, there's a rainbow and the sun eventually comes out. All granted, just like the weather as well, you know, that's never to say that there's never going to be another storm. So enjoy the sun while it comes out. And every storm that comes along, know that it is only temporary. It never lasts. Also, positive mindset can be a wonderful tool to blast away life's storms. A lot of problems and troubles that come into our lives are caused either by our own negative thoughts and thinking, or even our own words, thoughts and actions. But they could just as well be caused by other people's negative thoughts, words and actions. Somebody may verbally have attacked you in the past, bullied you, controlled you, that kind of thing. You might have had somebody that is very controlling in the family. Doesn't have to be a partner, it can be siblings, it can be mums, dads, whatever. But we always find that one person that comes into our lives and brings us down, right? We could be happy as the day is long and somebody comes into the room and the energy level just drops, right? And we all know people like that in our lives. So what's the solution? Well, the solution is you choose your vibe, your tribe. And you might think it can't be that simple, right? But it is. It truly is that simple. If you invite negative people into your life, and that includes family members as well, and you allow them to bring your spirits down, right? They're going to do that. But if you set boundaries and say, you know what, my vibe is positive. My vibe is love, compassion, forgiveness. And if you're coming into my tribe with anything less than that, then you don't belong in my tribe. You don't connect with my vibe. And I'm going to keep my distance from you. And if people have hurt you already in the past, take back your power. And the way you take back your power is by saying to them, do you know what? Thank you for treating me like a piece of crap. Because now you've taught me a good lesson in life. You've taught me about the people I don't want in my life and I don't need in my life. So thank you for that. And because you've taught me that lesson, and I'm going to keep my circle positive, I forgive your actions and your words and your hurt, and I'm going to walk on with my life and leave you behind. And I'm just going to leave you with karma. Karma's your judge, jury, and executioner, not me. Your words, your thoughts, your actions belong to you. They don't belong to me. Thank you for the lesson. I now know the type of person that I need to stay clear of, and I now know the people that I want in my tribe and in my vibe. And that doesn't include you. But you know what? I forgive you for all the wrongs that you've done because you taught me that valuable lesson. Now I can move on with a better life. Can I say the same for you? I'm not sure that depends on whether you learn for your individual lessons. But I certainly learned my lesson from you, so thank you very much. Right? You then take back your power just by doing that very one thing. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. The list is temporarily closed. We've got 10 on the first list. Once we get through that 10, we will open a second list. Hello, Eve. Now, I've already kind of started the subscriber second list so that we can get the subscribers in there. So Eve is on there. So we've got room on the second list for 2 more subscribers. So your card message, to sum it up, it's a time for healing for you. Once you let go of the negative people, negative thoughts and words, then luck will be on your side. Your life will change so much for the better. Because when you surround yourself with positive, uplifting people and you change your mindset so that your days, your thoughts, your words and actions are positive ones. And that includes forgiving our enemies, right? Learning the lessons that they bring to us and then forgiving them. That is so powerful. Forgiveness is freeing yourself from their vibration, from their link to you. If we carry on somebody's hurt into the present and into the future, even if that person is no longer in our life, that person still has an emotional tag with you. It still has an emotional tie to you. You're still connected. you want to break that connection. Because if you don't break that connection, you're going to drag it into the future with you. And the burden's going to weigh you down heavier and heavier the longer you carry it with you. You don't need that. So cut it loose. The way you cut it loose, thank them for the lessons that they've taught you. You now know the people to stay clear of. And then say, I forgive you for your wrongs because you taught me a valuable lesson. And now, bye Felicia, you're out of my life. I'm moving on with people that do have time for me, with people that are uplifting, with people that are caring, and people that respect me. And when you do that and you work with self-love, that's when things change. Your vibration changes. And when your vibration changes, you rise with that vibration. And when you rise, you shine brighter. And when you shine brighter, you inspire others to rise as well. Be the light in the world that you want to see in others. But you can't do that if you're working on negativity. You can only do that working with love, forgiveness, and understanding and empathy, even for our enemies. So I hope that that has meaning for you. Hello everyone. Thank you Isa and user 419. Thank you Susan. Right, we've got the 5 on the second list. So Isa and user Lucy. Let me make sure I've got everything on here. User 419. Perfect. So we've got the 5 subscribers for the second list, and so when we get to the second list, we will choose 5 non-subscribers. The way to join lists, we are doing 10 names at a time. So we've got our first 10. So the current list is closed. Once we get past that first 10, we're going to open up the second list. Put another 10 on there, and then we're going to open up maybe a third list if we've got time. But we do only have 4 hours. We've kind of cut down my reading sessions to 4 hours, just because it takes a lot of my energy working with spirit. So even if you don't manage to get on the lists tonight, I am back on Thursday doing more free readings. Okay, so we've done Neely. We're now on to Jojo. So Jojo, what 2 cards would you like? Moon and Animal we've got. Thank you. Love and light to you as well. 2 moons. Let's do 2 moons for Jojo. The best way to get on my list is to look at my schedules that I have on my reading schedules that I have on my profile, and the times that I do my readings. The sooner that you can join my lives, the more chance you actually have of getting on the first list or the second list. My free readings nights are Tuesday and Thursday, but the free readings nights are usually hectic because everybody wants a freebie and not everybody gets a reading on those nights. So we do kind of work on a first come, first served basis, especially with our subscribers. Subscribers will get priority on going on the list. Naomi, because I recognise you from the last reading. I did do a reading for you on the last one, but I think you disappeared. And I think it is on YouTube, but I will put you on the second list. So, Naomi P-E-O-I, I think it is. You are on the second list after Jenny. Now, the reason I made an exception for yourself, because normally I wait till, is because you did ask on the last list. So, and I did read you, but you had disappeared before I read your name. Okay. Now, I used to do that on the previous readings, that if somebody left the room and they were on the list, I still did a reading for them so that they could watch it on YouTube, watch it back. However, my readings are so busy, and I can't always do that because it means holding up the list for everybody else. So if you are on my list, and you do want a reading and you're on my list, please be patient and wait for your reading, because if your name does get called and you're not in the room, I would have to move on to the next person, just because we can't hold up the list just for one person that's maybe left. It gives somebody else a chance of getting that reading space. All right, but you are on the second list. Alrighty, let's do Jojo. So 2 moon cards for Jojo. Hello everyone. Welcome in. Hello, Zara. Zara, I'll put you down. What have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You would be down on the third list. But I'll put you down just in case we've got time to do a third list. If not, you'll go on the top of the top of the list on the next reading night. Just because we've cut the times down to 4 hours. All right. Now everyone can see how busy we do get on a readings night. Jojo, a win-win outcome is forecast. And we also have believe in the impossible. Right? So we're going to start with the believe in the impossible, because a win-win forecast is outcome. How can a win-win forecast be an outcome, especially if you're feeling that nothing is working for you? You make it one. You believe in the impossible, right? You believe the impossible is possible. Remember I said earlier on in my readings, take the M out of impossible. What do you get? Possible, right? If it's in your heart and soul, thank you for the gifts, everyone. If it's in your heart and soul to do something, then find a way to do it. Believe that you can. Spirit guides are always with us. They're always guiding us through our intuition. And they also guide us through our thoughts. And it's getting in tune with your thoughts. What are your thoughts and what are not your thoughts? Pay attention to your thoughts. You'll then learn the difference between what is your thoughts and what is spirit messages. Right? So for an example of that would be, you're doing your shopping list, right? And you're going through your shopping list and you're going like, I need 2 loaves of bread, I need 2 pints of milk, I need to get some honey, I need to get some stuff from the butcher's, and I need to phone my mum. Wait a minute, where did I need to phone my mum come into my shopping list? right? There's your key, right? You were doing a shopping list, and suddenly the message from Spirit was you need to phone your mum. And chances are when you go and phone your mum or whoever comes into your head, you'll probably find that the mum turns around and says, actually, I was going to call you. I needed your help for something. And then you have that wow moment, right? How did I know that I needed to phone my mum? You didn't, but Spirit did. And if we sit in silence and we just pay attention to our thoughts, you get to know what is your thoughts and what is Spirit's thoughts. What is Spirit's words, right? A lot of people think Spirit can talk to us like I'm talking to you. And if you're clairaudient, yes, sometimes that can be the case. But sometimes Spirit talks to us through our thoughts. Because we may not be clairaudient, we may be visual, right? We may be a bit of both. But Spirit can talk to us through our thoughts. And we just need to tap into our thought process and realise the subtle differences between our own thoughts and what's not our thoughts. The thing that's not your thoughts, that's Spirit. Pay attention to those messages. Spirit are trying to connect with you through your thoughts. And a lot of our thoughts have our dreams and plans and goals, right? Where do we get our inspiration? Where do we get our, I want to do this? Or I need to learn this skill, or I need to learn that skill. Or this just feels right for me to go, or this doesn't feel right for me. Where does that come from? Does it just come out of thin air? No, it comes from our guides. Because from the very first day that we are born, our life path is written out for us. It's already, Spirit already know, our guides already know what direction we are going to be walking in. And if we turn on a wrong road in life, Spirit will try their damnedest to get you back on track, to get you back to where you should be. And that can often be through our thought process. So when you've got ideas coming in and you're thinking, oh, that sounds like a good idea, but I don't think it's for me. I wouldn't be good at that. I'd love to do it, but I'm not good at that. Why? How do you know you're not good at it if you've never done it? Right? You're putting an obstacle there that really doesn't need to be there. If it's in your mind and it's in your heart to do, and the urge is strong, do it. Never go against your intuition. How many times have we gone to a shop, seen a beautiful dress or outfit on the rack? We've got just enough money to buy that outfit, but we think, do you know what, I could spend that on something else on another day, so I'll leave the dress. And you go home, and that dress just keeps coming back and back and back and back in your mind. And you can even visualise you wearing that dress to the point you can't sleep. And the next day you think, I need to go and get that dress. And then chances are you go and get the dress and it's somebody else has bought it. And they don't have any other in your size. What do? You kick yourself, right? Because you went against your intuition. Your intuition was saying, look at that dress. It's stunning. I would look good in that. But you know what? Maybe not. You know, why should I treat myself? Well, why shouldn't you treat yourself? Self-love is so important, right? And if that dress makes you feel good and makes you feel happy, then yeah, go and get it, right? If you've got enough money and you've got to buy it and all your bills are paid and food's on the table or whatever else, and this is just extra money, then get it. If it's going to make you happy. Same with our dreams and goals. If it's in our heads and it's in our hearts to do, and it just won't go away, that's Spirit saying, this is not impossible. This is possible. You just need to go for it, and you need to have self-belief in yourself. Once you build that self-belief and that self-confidence, then it's a win-win situation. Because the full moon in Libra is saying anything is possible. If you just believe in yourself, you believe in your abilities, and you trust the process. Trust your guides. Trust Spirit. they won't let you down. They know what is right for you. If it feels right, do it. If it feels wrong, listen and don't do it. Use your intuition, and it will always, always be a win-win situation. It will always be a positive outcome, right? So if everything has gone wrong in the past, chances are you haven't believed in yourself enough, right? You haven't believed that the impossible is possible. The universe is here to remind you that believe in the impossible, because everything is possible if it's in our hearts and souls to do it. You just have to believe that you can, and you will. So I hope that that has meaning for you. These ones are the free mini readings, but there is a waiting list for tonight's list. Hello, Dr. Sunshine Fire. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. So, Jojo, I hope that has meaning for you. I'm going to put Dr. Dr. Sunshine Fire on the third list. We're on to our third list for subscribers. Whether we will get as far as the third list, we don't know. But if we don't, those that are on the third list for tonight will get first on the list on Thursday. So Dr. Sunshine Fire. Alrighty. So we've got Zara and Dr. Sunshine Fire on the third list. Okay, we've got Marion Herbert for a 1-card reading. Marion, what card would you like? Moon or Animal card? Once we've finished the first list, I'll do a couple of questions and answers before we do the second list. Okay, the one that's asking, did your partner love you? Right? So I'm assuming your partner is no longer with you. So if they did love you and they're no longer in your life, chances are that love changed. Thank you for the roses. Once we've done the first list, we'll be taking names for the second list. But we're doing the first list first. Okay, do we still have Marion? Hello from California. So we're looking for Marion. Let me just have a quick look to see if I can see Marion on the list. I don't think we have. I don't think I can see Marion. Thank you, Stephen. I didn't think I could see Marion on the list. Let me see, I've just dropped my crystal here. Spirit, I've just chucked my crystal away. Right, okay. because we haven't got Marion on the list, let's change Marion for Naomi, that was on the second list. So Naomi, are you still here? So we're looking for Naomi Peel or Peel. Yep, there's Naomi. What card would you like? Moon card or animal card? Okay, let's go with the moon card. Moon cards are a general, what do I need to know card. So let's go for a moon. Alrighty, let's shuffle these cards and go for a moon card. Okie dokie. Now tomorrow night, folks, it is not a readings night tomorrow night. Tomorrow night is Wednesday. Wednesday is my natural health and beauty chat live. And we'll be talking about natural skincare using gua sha, an ancient Chinese beauty massage that anti-ages your face without the need for Botox, etc, etc. So if you're looking for natural skincare and a natural ancient Chinese massage called gua sha, then join me tomorrow night at 9 p.m. UK time, 3 p.m. CST time. We'll be I will be demonstrating how to do gua sha. All right, Naomi, surrender to the divine, and it's a full moon. A lot of the time you have questions that you maybe ask yourself or you may ask others. Sometimes asking other people can actually cause us more confusion than actually looking within, trusting the divine to give us the answers. Sometimes it's a case of realizing that every one of us have got spirit guides. Our spirit guides are always with us. They're never not with us. And to connect with our source, to connect with the divine, to connect with our spirit guides, we can't do that in the hustle bustle of life. We have to do that in the silence. And we have to do it in a meditative state. The universe has all the answers that we need. We just need to tap into that divine energy. We just need to tap into the source. And we're not going to do it if our mind's constantly going 10 to the dozen and we're getting stressed or we're allowing other people to get stressed. Sometimes it's a case of sitting in the silence receives the answers that you require. Once in that silence, listen to your intuition, listen to your thoughts, listen to your feelings. Pay attention to your thoughts. What are your thoughts and what are not your thoughts? Because this card is saying if you surrender to the divine and you take time out for you and you just stop even if it's for 5, 10, 15 minutes a day, and you just stop and be in that moment and take that time to say, okay, I want to light a candle. Lighting candles will bring spirit towards you. Once you light a candle, spirit see the light. Okay, Naomi needs light. Let's go and listen to what Naomi has to say or what Naomi has to ask. That's your time to say, okay, this is my problem, this is my issue. Whether it's in thoughts, whether it's in dreams, please, or whether it's just my ideas, give me the answers. They want to help us, but we need to first ask. What is it they say? If you don't ask, you won't receive. Right? And a lot of the time, the problems that we do have in our lives aren't caused by us. They're caused by other people. Well, if you've got other people coming into your life causing you grief or causing you problems, they're not your vibe. They're not your tribe. Right? They're letting you know, this person is upsetting me. This person is not for me. They're not making me happy. They're not making me believe in myself. They're not making me feel as if I can do and achieve anything. They're actually putting me down. Now I know the type of people that I need to block out of my life. Now that I know that, I can thank them for that lesson, and then I can forgive them for their hurt, and I can walk away. And I can ask the divine to help me with what I need in life and who are the right people for me in my life. Oh, I'm so sorry that TikTok is glitching, everyone. Hello, Patricia. Oh, thank you, Patricia. I'm glad you're learning something. You know, that's my dream. When I'm reading a card for one person, that card could relate to half a dozen people, right? So even if I'm reading for Naomi, if it can resonate with somebody else, or it has meaning, or you've learned something from my reading tonight, my job is done, right? This is why I come on night after night after night to help other people, right? Because whether I'm reading for Susan, for Stephen, for Jojo, for Dr. Sunshine Flyer, for Naomi, it doesn't matter. Sometimes I can read a card and somebody in the room will say, oh my God, you're reading my life story, right? And that's because so many people have very similar, if not the same problems as what we are having. So if Spirit are answering somebody's thoughts or questions in a reading tonight, they're probably also answering half a dozen people, right? So if other people can take something away from my readings, then Spirit have done their job. Spirit are, I'm only the messenger. And what does they say? Don't shoot the messenger. I don't know whether the messages that I give to people can relate or not relate. I trust my guides. I trust the information that they are giving me. If I was to doubt my guides, and if I was to doubt the information that they were giving me, I wouldn't be doing my job. Right? But I do. I trust my guides 1000%. And that's why so many people will say, oh my gosh, that card so resonates with me, even though she's reading for Naomi. That's the way Spirit works. Spirit having a unique way of helping Naomi, but also helping half a dozen people at the same time. We're going to do yes and no questions in between each list. So we're going to do a list of 10 then a few questions and answers, and then move on to the second list. So just to round up Naomi's, trust in your inner knowing, right? Often when we have problems and troubles in our lives, asking other people sometimes can help, but sometimes it can actually murky the waters. Because you might get one advice from somebody and a totally different advice from somebody else, and then a third person comes on, and you're probably more confused at the end of it than you are trusting the ones that do know, your guides, the divine, right? And it doesn't matter who your deity is. It could be God, it could be Jesus, it could be Goddess, it could be Buddha, right? It could be Great Spirit, right? It's all source. It's all universal spirits. It could be your guardian angels, right? Everyone has their own beliefs. Everyone has their own spirit that they, or their own divine person that they put their trust in. There's no right or wrong, right? It's who your soul believes in. If that's Jesus, then it's Jesus. If it's a God and Goddess, then it's a God and Goddess. If it's Buddha, right, it's Buddha. If it's the Norse gods, it's the Norse gods. There is no right, there is no wrong, right? It's what you believe in. And if you put your belief and trust in the divine, they'll give you the answers that you need. And you know that they are going to be the right answers. So I hope that has meaning for you, Naomi. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, let's carry on with the list because we have still got lots to do. Okay, do we still have Cecilia is next? So on the first list, we've got Cecilia, Divine Healing, Stephen, Millie, Jai, and Rihanna. So Cecilia is next, and Cecilia is a subscriber, so gets 2 cards. Yay, Cecilia's here. Cecilia, what 2 cards would you like? Thank you. Yes, I see her. One of each for Cecilia. Cecilia, make sure that you rejoin the subscriber group and the chat. I know that your subscription ran out and you're not in the group, so go to my website and click on the group and I'll re-add you. Alrighty. Let's shuffle the cards. So Cecilia wants one of each. Thank you to everyone that is joining us. My readings nights are always busy, folks. Not everybody will get on the lists tonight just because I don't rush my readings. I never do. I can't rush spirit. It has to go at spirit's pace, not my pace. I know there are other readers on TikTok that can do like 1 card every 2 minutes. Takes my guides 2 minutes just to warm up. Alright. And I don't rush them. I never do. So, yes, you may wait longer for a card from me, but it is how I work. And I don't change that, the way I work. This is the way I've always worked. I don't believe in rushing spirit. They let me know when to shuffle, when to stop shuffling, etc. And they give me the information every time that I've got the card. And they can't give me the info. I've never known my guides to give me information in 2 minutes. It's pretty much impossible for them to do that. All right. Let's shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. What cards have we got for Cecilia? All right, Cecilia, you're very close to achieving your goal. You're very close to achieving your goal, and it's a gibbous moon. And your spirit animal that is coming through tonight is a lynx. Lynx has his own very special message for you, which is discernment. So let's start with the lynx. Discernment. Look beyond. And look beyond immediate appearances, right? Look beyond immediate appearances, right? Never judge a cover, never judge a book by its cover, right? That is so true, right? Because a lot of the time, right, a wolf can hide in sheep's clothing, right? Sheeps are lovely, furry, timid creatures that would rather run away from you than run to you, right? So the wolf knows that if he wants to deceive someone, he comes as a sheep, right? And he builds that person's trust because the person sees a sheep. They don't see the wolf underneath the sheep's clothing, they see the sheep. And they put that trust in the sheep till the sheep waits for its moment and discards the sheep's clothing to reveal its teeth, claws, and goes in for the kill, right? The lesson there, the moral of the story, look beyond the sheep's clothing, right? All that glitters is not gold. And there may be people coming into your life that pretend to be friends, that will say all the right things, that will do all the right things to lure you in. They'll dangle that carrot and they'll lead you in, right? They'll put the bait on the end of the line, right? And it's a bait that they know you won't be able to resist. And they hook you in bit by bit. And then they go in for the kill, right? I.e., if they hook the fish on the end of the line, too late for the fish, right? It's out of water, it's on that hook, there's no going back, right? People can be like that too. People can lure you in with a friendly smile, friendly gesture, saying and doing all the right things. The smile that is what you look for. If you want to know who's trustworthy and who is not, look beyond the smile, right? Smile can hide a multitude of sins, right? A murderer will come to you with a big smile and he'll lure you in with sweet words, flowers, roses and chocolates. And then when you least expect it, he's going to dig the knife in. Game over, right? You didn't see it coming. How could such a nice person be such a cruel person, right? And this is what links comes into your cards tonight to warn you of, right? Beware of those that have false smiles. Look beyond the smile. One way that I can let you know how you can tell a good person from a bad person, despite the fact whether they're smiling or not. The eyes. The eyes are the mirrors or the windows to the soul. The eyes never lie. The mouth may lie. The mind and the mouth together may lie, right? Because you can think of a million lies and it spouts out your mouth. But the eyes, they don't lie. They never do. So how can you read a person by their eyes? Same way as I read people by their photo readings that I do. You ask somebody to give you eye-to-eye contact. And while you're looking at that person's eyes, and you're focusing on nothing else but the eyes, pay attention to your thoughts. Pay attention to your gut feelings. When you're looking at that person's eyes, do you feel warm and safe? Does that person's energy that comes from the eyes make you feel safe and secure? Or is your first instinct, I'm off? Right? If your first instinct is, I'm off, despite that person smiling, don't hesitate, run. Right? Don't stay in their presence. Right? We can all smile. Even with our enemies, we can put on a smile. Right? And deceive somebody. But you can't lie when it comes to the eyes. And if you're wanting somebody to give you the truth, ask them to look you in the eye. How many times have we heard people say, if you love me, look me in the eye, straight in the eye, and tell me you love me and how much you love me. Now, if they can do that, chances are they love you wholeheartedly. But if they start to look in your eyes, and then for whatever reason they kind of dart off in mid-conversation, they can't hold that eye contact. Why can they not hold that eye contact? Because the soul can't lie. It's too uncomfortable. It's too painful for the soul to lie. So it has to hide. So it will look everywhere, barring your eyes. That's your answer. That's the answer that you are always looking for. So the link says, never judge a book by its cover, right? If it comes in sheep's clothing, look at the eyes, right? Is it sheep's eyes or is it the wolf's eyes? That's how we can tell good from bad souls. We will be doing questions after. Yeah, we do. Yep, definitely. If you want to read deeper even into yourself, try this at home, right? Next time you're in your bathroom and you're standing there in front of your bathroom mirror, look yourself in the eyes. It's scary, right? Looking at yourself in the mirror, right? Right, that's one of the most scary things in the world, right? But you know what? If you learn to look in the mirror and absolutely love what you see, then looking into your own eyes is not such a big deal. In fact, from your inner soul just by looking at your eyes. But you can practice on somebody's photo. Practice on a photograph, right? If you've got a photograph where somebody's eyes is absolutely clear to see their eyes, right? And you think, well, I'm more looking at their buck teeth, or I'm looking at their big nose, or they've got a spot on their forehead, right? Well, that's fine. If this is a photo of me and you're trying to read my eyes and you're thinking, well, I'm drawn to the hair, or I'm drawn to the mouth, well, take a piece of paper, cover the mouth, cover the nose. Just look at the eyes. Focus on the eyes. The eyes will tell you everything you need to know. Only exception to that is so many people have tried to read my eyes and they can't. Right? And that's because I'm a starseed. Starseeds are usually, their souls are usually protected. So a lot of people will look at my photo and say, I can't read you. I just can't read you, and I don't know why. I don't know why I can't read you, but I can't. It's because starseeds are usually protected. But for the majority of people, you can tell a lot from somebody's eyes. So the links is saying, be careful with who you let into your close circle, right? Read them silently before you let them into your trust. You're very close to achieving your goals. You might have been working on something, and maybe these little wolves in sheep's clothing have been kind of distracting you from your goals or your desires. And you've maybe been slowing up and you think, I'm never going to get here, right? The lynx is reminding you, take away that distraction and focus, and you'll get the job done. All right? You will win with it. Your goals are closer than you think, right? And you might be thinking, well, it's 2 steps forward for me right at the minute and 2 steps back. And I don't see me going very faster than that. And sometimes we don't see our goals coming. We just keep chipping away at it. And it seems like it goes forever, right? And, you know, I'll give you a true example of that. When I first started doing TikTok readings, and I got to my first 1,000, and I started doing my lives, and the amount of people that were saying, do you have a subscription? Can you get TikTok subscriptions? And no matter how much I tried to get TikTok to give me the subscriptions, there was always some kind of fallback. So I started my own Facebook subscriptions rather than TikTok. And I said, you know what, until I get those TikTok subscriptions, we'll just do it on Facebook. We'll find another way for me to give you some value for your readings. So I did, for a while I did Facebook subscriptions that also meant that they could get free readings here on TikTok. And I thought, well, I had so many stories from other people. Oh, you'll need 10,000 followers before TikTok will give you a subscription. You'll need an agent before you get a subscription. You'll need at least 7,000 before you get a subscription. So I had no rush to get the subscriptions. I thought, well, that's going to be a long wait. And while I'm waiting, I'll do something else. I'll do a Facebook subscription. I'd only been doing Facebook subscriptions, and I got a message from TikTok. How would you like subscriptions? We are offering you the option of subscriptions. And I was only 5,000 followers in at the time. Not even 7, not even 10. Wasn't even expecting it. I was quite happy plodding along, doing my little free subscriptions on Facebook. And out of the blue, I'd reached my goal way sooner than I thought that I would ever reach my goal. So when the card is saying your goals are close at hand, right? You are close to achieving your goals. You might be thinking your goals are miles away, but they're going to come when you least expect them to come. They're going to build momentum, right? Things are going to build momentum. Things are going to move on quickly. And you're going to achieve your goals a lot sooner than you actually anticipated that you would. So I hope that that has meaning. Oh my goodness me. Stephen's been made to go to bed. I don't think I can stay awake. Patricia, I can fit you in. Let me see, who have we got on the list? Right, we've got Divine Healing for one, but Patricia, if you'd like me to fit you in before Divine Healing, just because you're struggling to stay awake, I can fit you in just now. I'm just waiting to hear from Patricia. I don't know if Patricia's still here. Oh my goodness, we've got 40,000, almost 40,000 already. That is amazing. Yay, she's here. Patricia, I'm going to fit you in just before I do divine healing. Just because Patricia does have to go, and she is a subscriber as well. So it'll be Patricia and then divine healing. So Patricia, what 2 cards would you like before you have to head to bed? Moon for Patricia. Let's do 2 moon cards for Patricia. Okay, we'll do Patricia and then we're going to do divine healing next. All right, let's pick 2 cards. That's the advantage of being a subscriber. If the subscribers are desperately needing a reading and they are maybe tired and they need to go and get some sleep, and they let me know, I will try my best to get them on that list before they go. All right, let's do Patricia. Okie dokie. 2 moon cards for Patricia, please. Okay. Patricia, have faith in your dreams is your first card. And your second card, your dreams need a practical plan. Right? So these are about your dreams. Both, how amazing is that? Both cards are about your dreams. Have faith in your dreams. You might be thinking, my dreams and my goals are not working out. The things that I'm working on are not working out. And maybe I should just give it up. Maybe I should just forget about it, right? It sounds too impossible. It sounds way over my head, etc. And even though my dreams and my goals keep coming back to me time and time and time again, you always kind of make the excuses, right? I don't have the time to do that today. And I'll maybe put it off till tomorrow, or I'll put it off to the next day. And tomorrow comes and the next day comes, and you're still putting those dreams and goals off. And it could be self-doubt, it could be fear of change, it could be so many, many things. It could be other people putting you off. But this card is saying, if it's in your mind all the time to do something and you ignore it, Spirit's just going to keep putting it there. Your guys are just going to keep saying, ha, no, you don't get out of it that easy. Yay, 40k already. Thank you everyone for tapping that screen. Let's even get to the 50. That is amazing. Thank you everyone. So have a little bit of faith in your dreams, right? If it's in your mind to do something and it just doesn't go away, and you keep giving yourself excuses, or keep telling yourself you can't do this, or you're not going to be good at this, right? They're not going anywhere. Spirit's not going to remove them from your thought process, because Spirit don't give up on you that easy. You might give up on yourself that easy sometimes, but Spirit certainly don't. They know what is best for us, right? They know more than we will ever know, right? So they're not about to let you off the hook with saying, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it the next day, or I might never do it, right? They're not letting you off the hook with this one, is the message of this card. They're asking you to have faith in your dreams, right? They're not going to go away. And how do you do that? One, dismiss any self-doubt. Instead of telling yourself you can't do, tell yourself you can. Two, right? Your dreams need a practical plan. You need to get them out of here and make steps, right? What do you have to do to achieve these dreams and goals that just don't seem to be going anywhere? They just keep staying up here. What steps do you have to make? So if it's late learning, for example, right, adult learning, you might have to choose a course. Then, okay, you know what course you want to take. Is that university or is it college? How do I get to college? I have to apply for a college or university course. What if, always have a backup plan. What if that college or university is full and I can't get a place? Online learning. I can get a diploma online, right? So you can apply for an online university or college course to get to where you want to do. The main thing is get it out of here onto paper and make a practical plan. Right? Thinking about it doesn't get the job done. You have to roll up your sleeves. You have to make a plan, right? You have to get that blueprint written, and then you have to build your dreams, right? Somebody wants a house built, right? And they hire an architect, and the architect says, yeah, I know the house, I can see it in my head. But that architect doesn't do his blueprint. He doesn't do his plans. Your house is never going to get built. Because he needs to know exactly where the pipes and the wires and the roof and the windows and the doors are going to be, right? And he might have that all up here. But without a plan, it goes nowhere. It's the same with your dreams and your goals. They need a practical plan. It's time to get them out of here onto paper and then roll the sleeves up and get the job done. And do it step by step by step, if that makes sense. Oh, wow. And that's exactly what the cards are saying, right? If you want to learn natural remedies and stuff, you know, there are loads of books. I can actually recommend books to you. If you message me afterwards, I can actually recommend a book to you. But also, take a look at my website. I've actually just, the Mystic Witch has actually just joined up with a beautiful lady that runs her own business, and it's called Hippie. And she is amazing, absolutely amazing. She runs courses on natural herbal medicines as well as doing the shop, etc., etc. And all the information on the products that she does. She does natural herbs, she does natural supplements, she does candles, she does crystals, she does all of that, which is why I wanted to affiliate with her and partner up with her with the Mystic Witch. So the Mystic Witch is now partnered with the Hippie company. One woman company, and I'm all for supporting women-owned companies, right? But she is amazing. I believe in her products, etc. So I can certainly suggest going to my website, scroll to the left, look up the Hippie shop link. You've got all the information there. When you can join as a customer, you can join my team as an affiliate on there, and then as an affiliate you can then go into do her herbal courses, like her healing courses, etc. And they are really, really reasonable prices, because I'm certainly thinking about doing a little bit of that with Victoria, her name is, and she is absolutely amazing. And I'm so pleased that she allowed me to join her company as an affiliate, and so that I could add her products and their wisdom to the Mystic Witch. So if anyone is interested in natural products, take a look at my hippie shop. They do crystals, footwear, clothing. They do incense, herbs, oils, accessories, boots, shoes, bags, purses, incense burners. They do loads, absolutely loads, and there's more coming as well. She expands all the time. So this was meant to be, right? It's now, Spirit are just saying, do you know what? You've been ignoring us for so long, so we're giving you this information in a card. And we're going to say this opportunity here, grab it. Your dreams need a practical plan. Sitting up here ignoring us, we're not going to go away. We're going to keep going, and I'm going to keep niggling and keep niggling at you. And you want us to go away, then get that plan written down, right? But yeah, give me a message, Patricia, and I will let you know the book. It has all the herbal medicines and healing stuff in it. An absolutely amazing book. And you can get it on Amazon as well. So, or if you are interested in Victoria's courses and you want to affiliate with Hippie and get on those courses, I can help you with that as well. I certainly did. Yeah, definitely take a look. Yeah. And Patricia, if you're on Facebook, make sure you're also in my it's the Mystic Witch Spiritual Healing, Spiritual Natural Healing and Natural Beauty and Healing group. Right. The link again's on my website, and every Wednesday I do a live on natural remedies, skincare, hair care, all of that. And I also do things in my group as well. So, but check out the Hippie website. It is absolutely amazing. I always follow my gut instinct. And I always say, I always find the right people and the right products when Spirit want me to do that. And I certainly did with, thanks to Susan. We just got talking and Susan introduced me to the Hippie. And I said, well, I'll have a look. Not committing, I'm just going to have a look and I'm going to go with my gut instinct. And my gut instinct told me, yeah, this is the way to go. You got to add the Hippie stuff. Even the clothes. I'm a quirky dresser, right? I don't dress like the normal people do, right? I usually have like the witchy long dresses and the spiritual t-shirts and stuff like that. And you can't get them for love nor money anywhere. The style that I have in my head, you can't get in modern shops, but I found them on Hippie. So it just made sense to me. I found the right products at the right time for me, right? And the fact that you've got these two cards tonight is no accident, all right? So I'm so glad you got that before you went to bed. Yes, we did. Okay, so we've got Divine Healing next. Divine Healing, what card would you like? You can have a moon card or an animal guide card. Moon, please. Okay, you got moon. Let's go with the moon cards. I do love the moon cards, but then I'm a typical starseed. And the reason, folks, that I was an hour later than normal tonight is because even though I have a vast amount of knowledge, or should I say my guides have a vast amount of knowledge that I share with you, I'm always wanting to expand my knowledge. We should all aim to learn something new every day. And even I enroll in spiritual classes, I read books, I'm always researching things, I'm always looking for natural products because I don't do chemicals. I don't even do pharmaceutical medicines. I don't believe in them, that's just my choice. I don't think they're good for mind, soul or body. And the pharmaceutical companies just make way too much money filling our bodies with crap, basically. I would rather go plant-based and herbal-based any day of the week. So I have myself enrolled in a spiritual development course because, yes, I know a lot because I've been connecting with spirit for 58 years. That's a long time. But we should never assume that we know everything, and we can always learn something new. Alrighty. And if it's in your heart and soul to do something, never go against it. Never go against your gut instinct. Never go against your intuition. It's there for a reason. Our intuition is our spiritual guiding system. Take away our human body shell. We are just spirit, right? When we leave this earth plane, we leave the shell behind and our spirit goes to the next realm, right? And your spirit knows, your soul knows. So connecting with yourself, connecting with your guides on a soul level, you just know what is good for your soul and what's not. I've never went against my intuition, apart from when it came to my ex. He played a blinder and it led to 30 years of abuse. But do you know what? It was 30-year lesson that I'll never forget. It was 30-year lesson that I'll never forget, but I can thank him for it because I know exactly what an abuser looks and feels like. Let's just say that. And I can spot an abuser a mile away. So even our worst enemies can teach us something. So I always say, always aim to learn one thing new every day, and you'll expand your knowledge, you'll expand your wisdom. Okay, there's a personal issue that you may be working on right now, right? And it could be an issue that's causing you or somebody else grief. Now that could be a debate. It could be waiting for answers for a settlement. Could be waiting for news of, for example, things like lawyers' letters, divorce letters, exam results, job applications. You may be waiting for a job application, or you might be in a long debate with somebody, a long argument where both sides just cannot agree because both sides think they're in the right. And we've all had situations like that, right? Where it's like, I'm not stepping down. I know I'm in the right. And I'm sticking by my guns. And the other person says the same thing. And you can go back and forward, batting the ball back and forward. Nobody is prepared to surrender. Nobody is prepared to say, okay, I'm done or whatever. And it keeps going on. The more it goes on and on and on, the further away the resolution gets and the more stressed both parties get. But what if we looked at the bigger picture? What if we said, okay, this argument or this debate's been going on for long enough. It's clear that neither one of us is going to step down on this one. It's clear that we're not going to reach an amicable agreement on this. So I'm going to wave my little white flag and say, let's agree to disagree and move on. No more can be done. Now, if you wave that little white flag and say, I agree to disagree, and the other person says, no, I'm not going until we resolve this, right? You've made the first step. They've refused your white flag. They've refused a compromise. End of contract, right? You just simply say, well, do you know what? I'm done. I'm not willing to discuss it any further, right? End of discussion. I'm agreeing to agree to disagree. If you're not, there's no more to be said on the matter, and you walk away. And you end it amicably. Oh, I'm so glad you really needed this. Sometimes it's so easy to get caught up in somebody else's negativity, right? How many times do we meet people in life? It doesn't matter how nice you are. It doesn't matter what you say or what you do. They keep poking and pushing your buttons, right? We all know somebody in life that does that, right? You give them a smile, you hope that smile or that comforting word or whatever is going to be enough to let them back off. No, they want their pound of flesh, right? So they're going to poke. Why are they doing that? Why do they keep poking? Why do they keep pushing the buttons? Because they get a thrill or a boost out of irritating the hell out of you and waiting for your reaction. Simple. Don't give them the reaction. Give them what they don't want, right? And just turn around and say, you know what? I'm done. Right? I'm done with you. You know, you've poked my button for the last time. You've pushed that button for the last time. So here's the thing. I'm going to thank you. And they might turn around and say, what are you thanking me for? And you can turn around and say, I'm going to thank you. Because you taught me the person that I really don't need in my life anymore. So thank you for that. And I'm going to forgive you for pushing my 10 buttons. And then I'm going to walk away. And if you follow, I'll walk away further. And if you keep following, I'm going to shut the door in your face and lock the door. I'm done. And I now know what the type of person I can stay clear of. Right? Set boundaries. Right? This is what your card is saying. If you want a personal issue resolved, and it's a negative, somebody bringing you negative, end the negative. And the only way you can end a negative is not with another negative, but giving them something that they don't want. They want you to give them back a negative so that they can keep poking and keep pushing and keep pushing. It's like somebody wanting a fight with you, right? And you don't want to fight. And you know, it's the bully in the playground situation, isn't it? You know, the bully's gonna come up and they're gonna give you a poke, give you a push. What are you gonna do about it? And you sit there and do nothing. And the bully's going, all right, that didn't work. So I'm gonna take my hand and I'm gonna really push you. Now what are you gonna do about it? And you still do nothing, right? Hoping that the bully will go away. No, you never gave them a reaction. You never gave them a positive. You just gave them a negative and letting them see that you're kind of weak in some ways. So they're going to keep pushing. And they're going to keep pushing. And they're going to keep pushing. Till there gets a time when you turn around and say to them, thank you. They don't expect that. Right? A bully doesn't expect thank you. Right? And they'll look at you kind of weird. And they'll say, what? Thank you. Thank you for showing me the person I don't really need in my life anymore. So thank you. I'm going to forgive you for pushing me. But I'm not going to stand here any longer and allow you to push me. I'm going to walk away. And you walk away. You're going to leave them baffled for a start. And they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do next. You've taken that control back, and you've taken their control over you back as well. So when we are hit with negative, it's a human reaction to hit back with negative, right? If somebody's shouting in your face, you want to shout back, right? If somebody lands a punch on you, you want to punch back, right? But two rights never make a wrong. So this card is saying, if you keep positive, thank your enemies, forgive your enemies and walk away, right? You end it. They don't, but you do. And you walk away positive and you leave them confused. Give them what they don't want rather than what they do want. Is Lewis your soulmate? If Lewis is your soulmate, you wouldn't have to ask me. Your own soul would tell you. When I met my soulmate, and we've been together almost 9 years, within the first 5 minutes of meeting him, I just knew. It's an inner knowing. And I always say to people that ask me, is he or she my soulmate? Well, if you have to ask me that question, chances are they're not your soulmate. Because if they were your soulmate, you would just know. It's an inner knowing. It's something that you can't explain to anyone, right? I can't sit and describe the feelings or the emotions that you would get that would tell you that that person, oh, thank you for the crane, that person is a soulmate. This is something that your soul will recognize, right? Sometimes we can go through a whole lifetime and never meet our soulmate. Sometimes we can go through most of our life like I did. I was 50 when I first met my soulmate, right? And it can often be when we least expect it. But you will always know, thank you for the teddy, you will always know when you meet the soulmate, because your soul will tell you. It will just automatically feel right. And both of you will feel that way, right? Within 5 minutes of meeting my fiance 8.5 years ago, we both knew that we were both soulmates. I'd only met him for 4 weeks and I moved in with him, and we've been together ever since. Never had a day's argument, never had a day's fallout in those 8.5 years. The soul knows. Thank you so much for the gifts, everyone. Thank you, Divine Healing. My goodness, Divine Healing, you have spoiled me tonight. Thank you so much. I hope your reading has meaning for you. Find that inner strength. You're a beautiful soul inside and out. And nobody on this planet has the right to control you. Nobody has the right to push your buttons. Nobody has the right to put you in the corner, right? And tell you that you're not worthy. Of course you're worthy, right? If somebody is not your vibe, not your tribe, push them out the way. They'll find their own vibe, their own tribe. You know, and when you are true to yourself and you respect and love yourself unconditionally, right, the right people will find you. As for the wrong people, they automatically take themselves out, right? Because when you don't give them what they want, they walk out of your life. Sometimes I say that's the trash taking itself out without you having to lift up the black bag and put it out itself. Okay, so we're going to move on with the list, and then we'll do some questions and answers, and then we'll go on to the second list of the night, because we still do have 1, 2, 3, 4. Susan, did Stephen go to his bed early? Or is he still here? Good night, beautiful soul. Love and blessings to you. Okay, Stephen's away. Well, if Stephen's away, because Stephen's Stephen's a subscriber, let's go to the second list just to cut out the lists a little bit. And we'll put Jenny in Stephen's place. So we'll change Stephen for Jenny because I know Stephen won't mind. He's a gent. So do we still have Jenny? So we've got Jenny, then Millie, then Jay, then Rihanna. And then we'll do a couple of yes/no questions and then we'll go on to open up the second list. Yay, Jenny's here. Jenny, what 2 cards would you like? One of each for Jenny. Let's do one of each. Okie doke. One of each it is. How are we doing for the likes? Oh, we're almost at the 50k. Tap, tap, tap those screens, everyone. Let's see if we can get to 50k. 50k would be amazing. We almost hit the 50k. In fact, did we? No, we almost hit the 50k. Or did we hit the 50k yesterday, Susan? I think we almost hit 50k yesterday. We were just a couple out. But looks like we may hit the 50k tonight. So keep tapping those screens, folks. Cost nothing for a tap. Oh, thank you so much for the gifts, everyone. It is free reading, so don't feel you have to gift, but thank you so much for the gifts. They are so much appreciated. All right. I love seeing all the gifts coming up on the screen. Thank you so much. You put a smile on this old witch's face. All right. Oops. Okay. An animal card has just shot out. Oh my gosh. Right, okay. We have a mischievous spirit tonight because they've just chucked half the deck on the floor. I did say the energy was high tonight. All right. Give me a second, folks. Good grief. For those that don't know, we stay in an old-fashioned bungalow, and this room is one of the hauntiest room. It's one of the most haunted room in the bungalow, and which is why we made it our spiritual room. I don't know if you can see this. Let me see if I can hold it up. But my candle is going absolutely haywire. Can you see that? If you ever want to know if spirit energy's around, take a glass candle like this where there is very little air in here. And if the candle really, really does start dancing around like my one does, you know, there you go. You know that spirit energy is around. That just... I just noticed that candle's energy as the cards went flying across the floor. Okay. I think that always happens when Jenny's around. Jenny, you have got some powerful guides with you, girl, because my candle goes crazy, the cards go flying, and we just have one of those moments. Yeah, it is. It's crazy. Yeah. I love, you know, if you want to never ever do any readings or spiritual work without lighting a candle, right? You want to call spirit. My gosh, I can't believe how much that candle is absolutely going wild. That is crazy. But it's confirmation that spirit and Divine Healing's got a candle going as well, and their candle is going haywire. So the energy in this room, and if you're connected with me during this live, then you light a candle, and guaranteed you will find that your candle is going crazy. I can just see Susan running off now to get a candle. But yeah, light a candle, right? And you'll be surprised. You want to know if spirit's around, and you can't necessarily sense them or hear them as clearly as I do. Light a candle. They'll get your attention, because the candle will go wild. I remember before we moved here, is about 4 or 5 years ago, we lived in an old bottom floor flat, and that was really, really, really haunted. The spirits in that hall were really, really protective. And if somebody came into our home and meant us harm, if they stood in the hall for too long, their legs went. Their legs would go. It's like their legs would go numb. We had a lady come in, and she came as a friend. And she sat and had coffee and things with us. And we were showing her around the flat. And when we showed her into like the master bedroom, which was our bedroom with all the spiritual stuff, we actually seen her literally get thrown out of the room, as if to say, you're not welcome in this space. So she's like, oh, and we're standing in the hall just talking to her before she went away. And she went pure white. And she said, I need to go. I don't feel right. Luckily she drove to our home, and she just got to the car, and she just managed to get into the car before her legs gave way. And I remember she messaged me, and she says, I had to sit in my car for 10 minutes before I could feel my legs again. She says, that is some powerful spirit that you have in the hall. Now that spirit didn't do it with everybody. But if there was somebody meaning both myself and my fiancé harm, that spirit would just take the legs from them, literally. So spirit have got their unique ways of protecting you, especially your spirit guides. Jenny, you don't have to apologise. Spirit chuck my cards all the time. Not just with yourself, but I've got some powerful guides as well. And sometimes I just think they do it to annoy me. So yeah, I've got an Irish gypsy witch. My great-grandmother was an Irish gypsy witch. Right, so I've got an Irish ancestry. I've also got 2 Native American guides as well. And I've also got an Egyptian guide as well. And when they get together, there's just chaos. Okay. Take time to breathe out is your first card, Jenny. Your second card is the otter. This is the otter that threw all the cards. Cheeky otter threw all the cards to the floor. Right, let's start with the otter, because he was the one that he was the one that caused the emotion. Surrender, right? Otter is all about surrender. And his message is let go of control. Let go, right? If others are trying to control what you do, what you say, what you think, the decisions that you make in your life, let that control go. Release it, right? Nobody has the right to tell you what to do, when to do it, how high to jump, etc., etc. Yes, they can advise you, but it's your life, your journey. And if it feels wrong, don't do it. If it feels right, then yes, but by all means go with it. but don't do it out of control, is the otter's message. So I feel that there is somebody in your life just now that is a little bit of a control freak, right? They want to control everything, right? Almost like they want to put you in a corner, right? They want to dominate you, right? They want to get in, and they may be jealous of your relationship that you have. They may be jealous of a partner that you have or your family, right? Because you've got a strong, loving family. They may be jealous of that, and they may want to try and murky the waters a little bit, right? And that could include untruths about you, etc. But the otter is saying, do you know what? They can make 1,001, 1,000,001 lies up about you or your family or your partner or whatever, right? And for a certain amount of time, they may convince a lot of people that their lies are truth. But one thing Otter knows is that no matter how good a liar you are, the truth will always find a way. And when the truth does come out, then the people that were stirring all the rubbish about you, that were stirring those murky waters up, the people that they deceived are going to feel like fools for a start because they followed the wrong person, they believed the wrong person. And two, they're going to be apologising to you for making the wrong choice, for believing others over you, right? They didn't go to the source to ask if it was correct or not, if the information was correct. They just went on somebody else's say-so. And ultimately, because they didn't go to you and ask whether it was true or not, when the truth finally revealed itself, they felt like Muppets, basically, right? And they were the ones that had to come cap in hand to you and apologise for them making Muppets of themselves and believing the wrong person, right? From then on, it's up to you whether you accept the apology and say, okay, lesson learned, I forgive you, but, dump the little weasel that caused all this in the first place. And as for the weasel that caused all the hassle in the first place and told those untruths, what's going to happen to that little weasel, right? What's going to happen to them? The people that he lied to are going to turn against him. He's going to be left out in the cold with no one. And you're going to gain a few more friends. So let them do, let the ones that are telling untruths, let the ones that are attacking or trying to control do their damnedest. In the meantime, you just carry on being you. Carry on being who you are. Shine your light for all the world to see until the truth reveals itself. And it will. All right? Release any control that other people have on you. And also release any control that you've got on yourself. Right? You may believe somebody's ideas about you. You might think, well, maybe they're right. Maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe they're right. I'm not a good mom, or I'm not a good wife, or I'm not this, or I'm not that, right? Because if somebody tells us something often enough, we start to believe it. But look yourself in the mirror and say, do you know what? I don't care what other people think about me. I love who I am, because who I am is who I'm supposed to be. And I'm not going to apologise to anyone for that. And I'm going to continue to be me, and I'm going to show my true colours, and I'm going to fly high. Other people's judgments don't matter. People don't like who I am and the person that I am, then they can go and do one, right? They'll find somebody else. I've had people coming into my readings and say, no, I don't like your readings. Or I don't like waiting for long lists because you go on for your readings. I'm good with that. Am I going to rush my readings for everybody else just to please one person? No. If somebody wants a 2-minute reading, there are plenty of mediums on TikTok that do quick readings. Will you get the same value from somebody that's doing a quick reading than somebody like myself that does take their time to give you full detailed readings? That's your choice. That's their choice. I will continue to be me, and I don't apologise to nobody for being me. What you see with me is what you get. If you like, come on in, take a seat, kettle's on, we'll have a coffee, we'll do the readings. If you don't like, I've actually got 2 exits. Door left or door right. It's up to yourself which exit you take. I won't be offended. And that's how we should all look at life. We shouldn't be bogged down by somebody else's control. We should let it go. Or somebody else's judgment. We should just let it go. Hello everyone. Yay, we've got to 50 likes. Thank you everyone. So your second card, take time to breathe out. Alright? Once you've released all those control nuts in your life, right? All the ones that want to put you down, right? Nobody puts Jenny in the corner, right? Show them the door. Left or right exit, it doesn't matter. Show them the door. And then once you've done that, take time out to breathe. Right? It's like allowing 10 negative people or 10 bullies in your house, right? And you sit there while those 10 bullies are like in your face for 2 hours solid, right? How are you going to feel like that, right? When the 2 hours is left and you finally say, I'm done. There's the door, get out, right? You shut the door and you sit on the sofa like a bust couch, right? And you just, right? It's like somebody's took all the stuffing out of you, right? And you have to just breathe and count to 10, right? We've all had to count to 10 or 110 in some cases, right? Moral of the story, don't let them in the first place, right? Learn from your mistake. Once you've got rid of them, take time out just to breathe. Recharge your batteries before you have to go and face the world again and face the next 10 negative Nancys that come into our lives. We're always going to be met with controllers or people that are negative towards us. It's how you choose to deal with that negativity. Do you stand there and accept it and allow them to walk all over the top of you? Or do you say, you know what, thank you for teaching me the person that I don't want to be and the people I don't want in my life. I forgive you for all the nasty things that you've just done or said, and I'm walking away. Cheerio, you're not in my life anymore. And keep the door locked. Just chuck them out of the... Thank you for the swan. Just chuck them out the way. They're not needed. All right? So I hope that has meaning for you, Jenny. No more control for Jenny. Jenny's taking control of her own life. Thank you, Annie, for the swan. I know it's not a gift reading, but I am going to put Annie 1 on the readings list. Thank you so much. Annie, I'm going to put you on the next reading list. So let's put Annie on the second list. And because you sent 2 swans, you know what? I'm going to give Annie 2 cards. You didn't have to gift, but you are on my list. Thank you so much for the beautiful swans. So on the first list, we've still got Millie, Jay, and we've got Renee. And then we will be going on to the second list. And the first name on the second list will be Annie. All right, so do we still have Millie? Yay, Annie. has subscribed. Welcome, Annie. Annie, you get your 2 cards. Thank you so much for subscribing. If you are on Facebook, please click my subscribers Facebook group and you'll get into that. Just let me know what your TikTok name is on there and you'll get into that subscriber group. You will also get 2 cards free every time that I go live. So you don't have to gift to get a reading. So welcome, Annie. Yay. So delighted. We've got another subscriber. And we also have our chat room as well, Annie, where we've got Eve and Jenny, and we've got Susan, and we've got myself and Stephen, Janae. We've got so many beautiful people in our chat room as well over on Facebook. So you're welcome to join that as well. Okay, so do we still have Millie? Hello, everyone. Oh, you're more than welcome, Annie. It's lovely to have somebody new in subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing and thank you for the beautiful swans. Swans are my main spirit animal guides. I absolutely love swans. So thank you for the 2 swans as well. And you're guaranteed your 2 cards tonight. So take a seat and stick around. I'm just going to see if Millie's still here. She may or may have... still be here. We've got Eve. Let me see if Millie's still around. I don't know if Millie's still around. No, I think Millie has gone. Okay. So Millie has gone. So I'm going to put Annie in the first list, at the end of the first list, just because Millie has disappeared. So Annie can take Millie's place because she's now a subscriber. Do we still have Jay? So we've got Jay, and then we've got Renee, and then we've got Annie. J-A-I, Jay. Moon for Jay. 2 moon cards for Jay. Okay, let's go with the 2 moon cards. Oops. I keep catching my eye with that candle because it is absolutely going berserk. So I'm watching the candle, but I'm also watching my cards. They do have a knack of flying. And usually when Rio goes quiet, then there are spirit, because Rio tunes into spirit. Don't you? You tune into spirit, don't you? Yes, you do. All right. Let's do 2 moons. Okie dokie. Oops. Right. There we go. And we didn't get spirit chucking the cards this time. All right. So the 2 cards that you have, Jay, nothing will come of the situation. Nothing's going to come out of this situation. All right. And it's the void of course moon. Nothing is going to come out of that situation. And have faith in your dreams. Have faith in your dreams. So let's go with nothing's going to come out of this situation, right? Usually, if it's negative, anything negative in our lives, whether it's negative people, whether it's negative thinking on our behalf or whether it's arguments, right? Nothing is ever going to come out of angry words, negative words, controlling words, narcissistic words, right? There's not ever going to be a positive outcome when it comes to other people's negativities. There's never going to be a positive outcome if we doubt ourselves as well. If we put negativity in our path of following our dreams and our goals. And that could be for a number of reasons, right? People may have taken away our self-worth, our self-esteem, knocked our stuffing out of us, right? We may have started off thinking, yeah, I can do this. And then somebody comes along and bursts our bubble, right? Everyone has experienced somebody like that in our life, right? You get all hyped up to doing something, right? Or somebody says, let's go and do this on Sunday, and you get all hyped up for it, and then they let you down, right? They burst your bubble, right? And then you give them a second chance, and you make a second date to do it, and they let you down again, and they burst your bubble, right? And then you get angrier and angrier, and you hold grudges, and it all comes to a head, right? And there may be arguments, there may be debates going on around you. There may be people that just can't see eye to eye. I feel too that there may be a situation where they're kind of putting you in the middle, if that makes sense. It's almost like you don't want to be a part of what's going on, but you're kind of being forced to sit in the middle. And it's like, well, you know, it's like two people arguing, and one of those two people grab you because you're passing by and saying, look, this person thinks this, I think this, who is right? Go and you tell us who's right, right? They're putting you in an awkward position, right? Because one, it's not your argument in the first place. And two, why should you get involved in two people's arguments? You know, one, you weren't there at the start, and two, you don't want to really be picking sides, right? It's kind of like the mums in the playground situation, right? And we've all been there, right? If you're a mum, like I am, or a gran, or whatever, right? We've all been in the playground, right? And, you're waiting for the school bell to go, and the kids are having a little play in the playground, right? And your little girl starts picking on another little girl, and they have a scrap. And the mum of one little girl turns around and says, that's your daughter's fault. You're a bad mum because look at your daughter. She's, and it might not be your daughter that's already started the fight. It might be the other one, right? Then what happens? The two mums fall out. They're tearing hair out of each other, right? They're saying, no, you're the bad mum and you're the bad mum, right? What about the two girls that started the fight? They've stopped fighting. They've shook hands and they're happily playing, right? Argument over, right? Kids will do that, right? They'll fall out for 2 minutes and then they'll fall back in again. Meanwhile, us stubborn adults, right? We take homage, don't we? We don't just say, no, 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 no. Look at them, they're playing happily. How foolish do we look because we're the ones sitting here pulling each other's hair out? No, no, not us mums, right? Right, we know better, right? It's like, how dare you call my daughter this? And how dare you, no, it wasn't my daughter, it's your daughter, and all the rest of it. And the two kids are looking at the parents and thinking, what the hell? Right? We can learn a lot from kids, right? Kids will put up for so much. They'll have a little tiff and a taff and a hit and a miss, right? And then they're the best of friends again, right? Until they grow into adults, right? And as adults, we just play a different ball game, don't we? It's like nobody's better than my child. No, my child wouldn't do this, right? All of that. But nothing will ever come out of two negatives. Two rights, two negatives will never ever make a right. Right? It will always be negative and nothing will ever come out of that situation. And it's the same as if people are putting you down for things that are really important to you. I remember when I went, when I was married to my narcissistic ex, And I was, you know, it's been in my blood and it's been my calling since I was a child to read for other people. And I read for many years before I met my ex and married my ex. And when our kids were a little bit older, I decided I was going to do my readings full time again, right? The kids were older. And I was putting my cards together and I was going to somebody's house to do a card reading. And my ex turned around and says, "You're not very good at reading, you know. Your readings are crap." And I looked at him and I says, "Pardon?" And he said, "Why do you put yourself through that?" Now he'd never seen me do readings because I always did readings at other people's houses back then. And I'm thinking, what do you mean? He says, "Well, you've read for me once and it was crap." Now I knew when I read from him, he didn't like it because my spirit guides were telling me exactly what he was like. That he wasn't the kind gentleman that I thought I'd married. He was a narcissist and he was a paedophile as well, right? So he didn't like that. So he decided, well, if you're going out the door to do readings, let me burst your bubble a little bit. And I remember going on the bus to the lady's house that I was reading, and his words kept in my mind. And one of the things he also said was, "You do know if you tell them a lot of lies, which you're going to do anyway, that they could sue you because you gave them a wrong reading." He was trying every trick in the book to diminish my confidence, to dig into my confidence, so that he knew by the time I went to that person's house, my confidence was not as strong as it is now, obviously, right? And it took me a while, you know, luckily it was a 45-minute bus journey to get there. And for the first 10 minutes in that bus journey, I was thinking, you know, I was starting to doubt myself. And luckily I have very strong guides. And the guides are saying, "What are you doing? You know you've got this, right? What are you doing? Why are you falling for that bull crap, basically, right?" Luckily, by the time I got there, I had kind of pulled myself out of that rabbit hole a little bit. The bus journey had gave me time to do that. And I was able to do the readings. And I got rebooked for the readings again. But it could have so badly went the wrong way. And I could have went and had self-doubt. And then I would have probably gave them a bad reading. Right? And I would probably have gave up reading totally. Luckily, my fiance that I'm with just now, he gives up 4 or 5 hours of his time every night so that I can do my readings. And he has every faith and belief in my readings as much as I do. And that's the thing. The card is telling you to have faith in your dreams, have faith in your goals, and don't let anyone else put you down or say you can't do. Don't let somebody else's negativity burst your positivity, right? They're going to try every trick in the book to dim your light. They're going to try every trick in the book to burst your bubble. Keep shining bright. Keep positive. Have faith that if it's in your heart to do something, then make a practical plan and go with it. Don't put it off because other people judge you, right? The more people say don't do, dig your heels and say, "I am going to do." Who are you to tell me I can't do? Who are you to say, just because I have a disability, for example, I can't do my readings? Of course I can. Just because I have no physical sight does not mean to say that I can't connect with spirit, right? I've got acute spiritual sight, and I believe in my guides 1000%. If I didn't believe in my guides 1000%, I wouldn't be sitting here doing this tonight. And this is what this card is. Oh wow, thank you for the beautiful swan. And this is what this card is saying to you tonight. Have faith in your dreams. Don't let anyone or anything get in the way of your dreams and goals, and especially yourself. Don't let self-doubt stop you from getting to what you want in life. You've got as much right as anybody else to be successful in life. You've got as much right to demand love, respect, kindness in your life as anyone else. And you have the right to want to bring abundance, joy, and love and light into your life, and to reach your goals and reach the top, right? It's time for you to rise like the phoenix, right? The phoenix rises out of the ashes of despair, right? Because it's fed up of being in the ashes. So it leaves the flames and it flies high. And it never looks back, it just keeps flying, right? You've been on the ground too long. You've put off for too long your own dreams and your own goals for the sake of others. And the universe is saying, it's your time to shine. Life's too short. So take those dreams from up here. Kick self-doubt out the door. Keep judgmental people away. Keep negative people away. And only bring into your circle positive, uplifting people. People like myself that can see your worth, that can see the beauty inside, can see your true beautiful colours. And it's time for you to spread your beautiful wings and fly high. And never ever let somebody pull you back down. You don't belong on the ground. You belong up there. You belong to in the air, right? You were meant to fly high. So I hope that helps, and I hope it helps to boost your self-confidence. Hello, Capian. No. How is it sick to breed doubt? We're not breeding doubt, we're breeding positivity. Positivity is not breeding doubt. Breeding doubt is allowing others to make judgments of somebody else. And we should never allow that. Okay. Margaret Lee. Thank you for the swan. Margaret Lee, I'm going to put your name down because you didn't have to gift a swan. It's not a gift reading night, but I'm going to put you on my second readings list. So we're going to put Margaret Lee on my second list, which will be opening soon for a one-card reading. Okay. So, Jay, I hope that has meaning for you, right? No more self-doubt, right? The world is your oyster. The only obstacle in the way of you achieving your dreams and goals is you. I have faith in you. All right. Do we still have Rianne? Or Rihanna? Hello. Is your dad at peace? Yes, very much so. Anything that was ailing him on earth is no longer ailing him, right? Do know that your dad is definitely at peace, all right? And your dad is always with you. Even if you can't sense them, even if you can't feel them, your dad is always with you. Thank you for the daisies. No, sometimes if we try something and we don't succeed, and we, without trying again, or maybe doing it a different way, or out, looking at a different angle, then we're never going to succeed, right? There's a lot of things that I can't do because I'm blind. But does that mean I should stop believing that I can't, that I can do? No, of course not. I just find a different way of doing it. And that's the thing, our limitations are as limited as we want them to be, right? There's a lot of things that people would say to me I could never do. And when somebody says to me I can't do because I'm blind, I find a way of doing it to prove them wrong, right? And that's what I do. I just do it a different way. And my way of doing it might be completely crazy compared to an able-sighted person. But the end result is the same. I can still achieve it. It's like somebody that has no hands, but they have feet, and they can take a paintbrush and they can do masterpieces with their feet. They don't need the hands. They still achieve artistic mastery, but with their feet. Feet have toes, which is just very similar to our digits of our hands. And with practice and patience and perseverance and determination, they can create masterpieces. And they do. I've met a lot of people who do paintings with their feet, or they do paintings with their mouth. They use their teeth to hold the paintbrush, and they can absolutely paint the most amazing masterpieces doing that. And yet, to the outside world, if you were to say somebody that doesn't have hands can paint beautiful paintings, they would sit and say, no, they can't, right? Sometimes it's other people that put, or ourselves, that put limitations on what we can do. It's not about trying and then it doesn't work the traditional way. It's about trying, and if it's in our heart to do it, we'll find another way of doing it. If at first we don't succeed, then we change the plan, we change the diagram, and we adjust things so that we can achieve it. Okay, so is your guides with you? Absolutely. Absolutely. Even though we don't sense our guides, they're with us from the time we are born to the time that we pass over. Everybody has spirit guides, and they always usually have more than one. And are they with you? Yes. They've never gone anywhere. Chances are we let stress in life get us, and we just, we can't connect with our spirit guides because we're letting stress and everything else get in the way. We don't have time to meditate. I meditate 3, 4, 5 times a day. I've got to be able to connect with my guides. If I don't, I'm no good to nobody. So I stay, mediums worth their salt will stay committed to their path. It's their calling to work with their guides. So is your guides with you all the time? Absolutely they are. Okay, so Renee is not with us. Let's see who we've still got. Let me see who we've still got. So we've done Janae. Let me have a look. Okay, we don't have... Yeah, she's definitely not here. Who's next? Annie. We do have Annie. So Annie is next. And then we're going to go on to the second list. All right. So do we still have Annie? Yay, Annie's here. What 2 cards would you like? Moon cards for Annie. Let's do 2 moon cards. I have to admit, the moon cards are my favourite card. I think it's just because I'm a starseed. I've always felt Earth is my second home. The universe is my first home. I always feel more at home when I'm sitting out in the garden looking up at the stars and the moon. I'm one of these ones that when it's a full moon, I'm wired to the moon. I've got more energy on a full moon. And it's just, I have to get all my crystals out. I have to make my moon water, etc., etc. So I do love the moon cards, I have to say. I love all my decks. I've got, as you can see behind me, I've got loads and loads and loads of decks. And every time I go live, before I go live, I usually say to my guys, okay, all these decks, which ones do I pick? And they usually tell me which ones I need to choose. So I always usually come armed with 2 decks and then give people the choice of 2 decks. All right, let's shuffle these moon cards for Annie. What does Annie need to know, guys? What does she need to know? Okay. Okay, as I'm shuffling these cards, I'm getting a lady's name. Now, this could be for Annie. It could be somebody in the room, because usually when I hear names getting called, I just shout them out. Because when you are live with me, you're live with, Spirit are connected to me, but they're connected to, they could be connected to anyone on this live, right? Even though we could be miles apart from each other, we can still be connected. And I'm getting the name Martha. There's a lady in spirit, and she's given me the name, it's either Martha or Marta. So if anyone recognizes the name Martha or Marta, it's almost like she's speaking, it's like broken English. Does that make sense? So it could very well be Marta, but I'm picking it up as Martha. So if anyone can pick, knows somebody in spirit with the name Martha or Marta, give me a shout out. I keep getting little fluffs of feathers on my table tonight. Very strange. Okay. Oh, wow. So is your Aunt Martha, is she in spirit? And is both your grandparents in spirit? Is Martha and your granddad, are they both in spirit? Okay. The Martha that is your auntie, can I ask, was she named after your grandmother? Do you know if she was named after your grandmother? I feel there's a link between these two Marthas. Does that make sense? It's almost like there's a link between the two Marthas. And also, did one Martha pass before the other? I feel they didn't pass at the same time. One passed over before the other, if that makes sense. Because she's given me a connection to the two Marthas. Does that make sense? There's something about both of them being called Martha. There's a link there. And it's almost like the two Marthas were connected because of the same name. Or they were named after an ancestor, one of the two. There's something to do with the name Martha. So I don't know if that means anything. Or if there's one Martha in spirit and the other's on the earth plane. There's a link between these two Marthas. Not just an auntie, grandmother type link, but there's a name link. Not so much a relationship link, but a name link. The fact that they were both called Martha is significant. I don't know if that makes any sense. But certainly, this lady in spirit is Martha, and she's very strong-willed. It's like if she has something to say, she will just come out and say it, right? Or if she knows that you're there, she will definitely come out and give a shout out. All right. Where's the link with daisies and roses? Why is she saying daisies and roses? Does that have any significance? I'm getting daisies and roses. Okay. The lady that says it does for me, is it the name that has significance or daisies and roses? Who can relate to daisies and roses? I'm getting daisies and roses. It's like red roses and beautiful white daisies. Does that mean anything to anyone? There could be two messages coming through here. There could be the message of the two Marthas, but there's also somebody showing me red roses and white daisies. Hello, Mary. So if that has any significance, if the two Marthas or the daisies and the red roses have meaning for somebody, please let me know. Because obviously to me, it means nothing, but to somebody else, it may mean the world. But I can see... Okay, Tony, my wedding bouquet was roses and daisies, large ones. Okay. It's a large white daisies that I can see, right? It's not like the small daisies that you pick that make the daisy chains. These are like roses and daisies, and they're very clear that these roses and daisies were together. They were bunched together, so it could very well be a bouquet. Was there somebody in spirit that was missing from your wedding? That you wanted at your wedding, but they were in spirit? Was there somebody special to you that you wanted desperately for them to be at your wedding, but they weren't able to because they were in spirit? Okay. Okay, sweetheart. Well, your granddad is showing you the bouquet because he says he was at your wedding. And the way he wanted to prove is almost like he's got tears in his eyes because he's able to give you this message, right? And he says he knows how much you wanted. Oh my gosh, my head is really tingling. He's welling up here. But it's almost like he can't get the words out. Does that make sense? But he's saying, you know, the beautiful, beautiful the red roses and the white daisies on your bouquet were absolutely beautiful and blew his mind. It just blew him away. And the fact that you laid that single red rose on the coffin, and he saw all of it, absolutely all of it. And he said he's seen everything. He would not miss your wedding for all the tea in China, right, is what he's saying. And he said he just wants you to know, stop having regrets that he wasn't there, because he was there. He watched every minute and there wasn't a dry eye. All right, so he's wanting to give you his love and to say, put that out of your head, the fact that he wasn't there, because he was. And he says you look beautiful and you did him proud. Hello, Janae. I'm so glad you were able to pick that up. Thank you so much for the confirmation in that. I'm just a messenger. I just see what I see and I shout out. Know that your granddad loves you dearly. And he's with you every single day. And he said he couldn't be any more prouder. He really could not be any more prouder. And he just wanted you to know that he was there on your wedding day. There was nothing on this universe that was going to stop him from being a part of your special day. So I'm so glad you got that message, sweetheart. And I'm so glad Isa got the Martha as well. Okay, so let's do Annie's moon cards. Wow. Not very often I get 2 call-outs in the one time. But yeah, that is beautiful. But your granddad had tears welling up in his eyes when he was trying to tell me all of that. So a very proud granddad indeed. Okay. Let's do the 2 moon cards. So Annie, your first card. Balance spiritually and practically. It's time to balance spiritually and practically. And your second moon card, a new start is coming. It's time to let go of the old to make way for the new. It's time to release anything from the past that you are holding on to, right? Because if you hold on to something that has no relevance in the here and now or in the future, you're going to put blockages in the way of you moving forward, right? Past hurt, past regrets, past sorrow, all of that, especially if it's hurt from other people that we can't forgive and we struggle to forget. Could be hurt from trauma, for example, right? It could be abuse, it could be people's words, bullying, belittling, taking away somebody's self-esteem, taking somebody's confidence away, right? And we hold on to that grudge forever and a day because it's like, how dare they treat me like that, right? And it's really, really hard to forgive. But this is where the card is saying it's time to balance yourself, both practically and spiritually. And how do we do that? By removing negative blockages. To raise our vibration, we need 2 or 3 things. First of all, we need self-love, right? Without self-love, we will not rise our vibration. So we need to be able to look in the mirror and say, do you know what? I'm perfect the way I am. I don't really care about who or what people think of me. Who I am is who I'm meant to be. And I love myself unconditionally. And there's nothing that I can't do. Secondly, you need to learn to release negativity out of your life and change your mindset to positivity, right? People that treat us wrong in life, whether it's through hurtful words, thoughts or actions, or a bit of both, right? Their main aim is to dim your light. Their main aim is to take away your self-esteem and give them power over you. Should never ever allow anyone to do that. Nobody has the right to take away your self-esteem and to take away your light, to dim your light, or to make you feel worthless. Nobody has that right at all. You have the right to be loved, to be respected, and to be adored just for the person that you are. Anything less, anyone coming into your life and giving you anything less than that, they're not your vibe, they're not your tribe, kick them to the side. Don't hold on to past hurts by other people. And don't put yourself down by saying you're not worthy of love, you're not worthy of success, you're not worthy to succeed, because you are worthy of all that and so much more. It's other people's judgments of us that make us feel that we are less than what we are. And we shouldn't listen to other people's judgments of us, right? It's not their life, it's yours, right? Work with love, work with honesty and truth and integrity. Forgiveness is freeing yourself from everything. So think about the ones that have hurt you in the past. They may have hurt you, they may have pushed your buttons, and they may have made you feel like crap, right? And you don't like those type of people. There's a lesson in there, right? They've actually taught you about the type of people you don't need in your life. So they've actually gave you a good lesson. So it's easier when you turn your way of thinking around to that way of thinking to say, well, you know what? They actually taught me the type of person that I don't need in my life. So from there, I can say thank you for showing me the type of people I really don't need in my life. And because you've taught me that lesson, I forgive you your wrongs, and I'm walking away. And you're not welcome in my tribe or my vibe, but I wish you luck with life. The minute you let go, and the minute you forgive, you take back your power and you free yourself from any blockages. And from there, you balance spiritually and practically. Because when you let go of negative people in your life, you let go of negative thoughts, you let go of self-doubt, self-worth, and you give yourself positive thinking, positive affirmations every day. Look in the mirror and say, I am worthy of love, I am worthy of success, I am worthy of achieving great things, and the only obstacle in my way is me. Other people's judgments do not matter. Other people's opinions about me do not matter. Because at the end of the day, people are going to judge you if you do, and they're going to judge you if you don't, so do it anyway. Right? And that is how you can balance spiritually and practically. Remember, two rights never make a wrong. Be the light that you want others to see in your life. Show them the right way to rise their vibrations, not the wrong way. And the way to rise your vibrations is by positive thinking, positive affirmations. Forgiveness is a biggie. It's something that people seem to struggle with, right? Because it feels so much better to hold on to the pain. But when you can actually see that, you know, forgiving somebody that's done you wrong, they don't want your forgiveness. They don't want your thanks for them showing you the type of person that you don't want in your life. They don't want you to say that, right? They want you to grovel, and they want, you know, even though they're not in your life, they want you to still be affected by their words and actions. Don't give them what they want. Give them what they don't want. Say thank you for showing me the type of person I don't need in my life. And because of that, I forgive you and I walk on. And I leave you for karma, because karma will teach them their own sets of lessons, right? They've already taught you a lesson of the type of people you don't need in your life, right? And you've let go and you've forgiven. So you've worked, that's the practical side of things. What about the spiritual side? From there on in, the spiritual side is bringing people into your life that lift you up, that tell you you're beautiful, that you're worthy, that tell you you're absolutely wonderful just the way you are, and they love being in your company. The type of people that if you're in dire straits and you phone them at 2 o'clock in the morning for help, they're right at your door. The type of people that when they need help, you're there. That's the people that you keep in your vibe. That's the people that you keep in your tribe. And that's the people that will balance you spiritually. So balance yourself spiritually and practically to remove all the negativity out of your life and work with positivity and love. When you start working with positivity and love and you've moved away all those obstacles, a new start begins, right? No obstacles in your way, no negative people, no negative thinking, no self-doubt. And when you've removed that, nothing is impossible. And so you start making your own dreams, your own goals, and you start making your path, weaving your path for the future. And you know that it's going to be a future that is full of positivity. And you know that the people that you've chosen in your life to keep in your life are the ones that are going to help you build the building blocks to get you to where you want to be. Because it's all about lifting each other up. That's how we rise our vibration, right? If somebody helps you to rise, don't leave them at the bottom. When you get to that top step, lift down your hands, grab their hands and pull them up, right? They've helped you to get to the top, so help them to get to the top. And by helping them to get to the top, they're going to help other people get to the top. And together we can build everybody's dreams in a positive, loving, respecting and caring way. So I hope this has meaning for you. It's time to do a clear out of your friends and sometimes family, right? We get negative family members. Remove those blockages and reach for the stars. No more self-doubt. Okay. Okay, now we're going to go on to the second list. Let me just change my page over a little bit. Now let me just liaise with Isa and Susan, my moderators, a little bit. Okay, so Isa and Susan, I've got on my second list to get started. I've got Isa, who is our subscriber, and then I've got Eve. No, sorry, Eve and Isa. Right, let me see who I've got here. Right, I'm looking at the wrong list. That doesn't help. Right, okay. Kelly, Eve, and I've got Isa. Now, are all Kelly, Eve, and Isa, are they still here? Annie, you are so very welcome. It's Annie's turn to shine now, all right? No more negative people in your life, and don't feel sorry for showing them the door. Right, Eve is still here. Right, user with more numbers. Right, okay, user 419. Yeah, I forgot. Wait, how did I misuse the... Wait a minute, let me have a look. How did I misuse a 149 now? Okay, I'm going to do Kelly, Eve, Isa, user 419. No, sorry, user 419. All right, so I've got, so on my list for the second half, for our subscribers on the list, I have got Kelly, who will be first, then Eve, Isa, and user 419. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got 4 subscribers. We've got room on the list for another one if we have time, but we'll put the 4 subscribers on first. And we're going to choose 3 names at random, because we are at 1:30, so we might get 3 free ones in and the 4 subscribers in before the 4 hours. So if anyone would like a free 1-card reading, please start sharing emojis. We're going to pick, let me see, how many subscribers have we got? Let's do 8. So we've got 4 subscribers, so we need 4 non-subscribers. And then we'll close the list at that, because by the time we've done that, it will be the 4 hours. So if you would like, we've got the 4 subscribers. We now need 4 non-subscribers to get a 1-card reading. So if you'd like a reading, start sharing your favourite emojis. Emojis only, not names, just emojis. So it could be happy faces, sad faces, unicorns, flowers, roses, whatever you want. And I will pick 4 names at random that are attached to the images that I am drawn to. So let's start sharing those images up the screen. Okay, so if you want a card, you need to show me those emojis. Okay, let's have a look. Okay. We've got Wee Jeddy. Is it Wee Jeddy? So Wee Jeddy is after Kelly. I hope I've read your name right. So we need another 3 names. Is it 3? Yeah, we need another 3 names Okay, thank you. I will put Jade. So Jade, you are after Kelly. Okay, so we need another 3. Keep those emojis going. Okay. Who have we got? Let me have a look. We've got... Is it Mutts? M-U-T? Is it Mutts or Mats? Mutts or Mats? I think it's Mutts. Yeah, Mutts with the finger hearts. Yay, we've got 60,000 likes as well. Thank you, everyone. Woohoo! Okay, so Mutts or Mats, you are after Eve. So we've got Kelly, Jade, Eve, Mutts. We've got Isa. We need... Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3. We need 2 more names. 2 more names. Keep them coming. Okay, we got Heidi. Let's put Heidi on the list. We can fit Heidi in. So we've got Heidi. We still need 2 free names. Keep those emojis going. If you would like a 1-card reading and you're not a subscriber, please keep those emojis going. We need 2 more names. So if you would like a card before... This is the last list of the night. So we've got Kelly, Jade, Eve, Mutts. We've got Isa. We've got user 419. And we've got Heidi. We need 2 more names. Share those emojis. We need emojis if you would like a reading. Hearts, flowers, unicorns, whatever emojis. If you would like... Lillian, okay, well, Lillian has got so many Lillians up there. Let's put Lillian down. So Lillian, you are after Isa. Okay, we need 1 more name. Share those emojis. If you want a card reading, you need to show those emojis. Let's brighten up the screen with emojis. We need either hearts, flowers, happy faces, sad faces, 4-leaf clovers. We need emojis. I can only read emojis for a reading. Please share your emojis if you would like to be the last name on tonight's list. We're looking for 1 more name at random. If you want to be on the list, the last name on the list, we need to see emojis. Okay. Let's see. What have we got? What have we got? Okay, we've got Ellie with the roses. Ellie, you are on the list. So Ellie is our last name on the list. So Ellie and Heidi. Okay, so our list is closed. So we're on our second list and the list is closed for tonight. There will be no more names on the list because we'll probably just go over the, what are we at? Yeah, we might get these, I think it's 9 names. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we've got 9 names to do in the next half hour or so. So the list is closed for tonight. the ones on tonight's list, please stay in the live if you are on this list, because if your name gets shouted out and you've disappeared, we can't go and add you later on in the list just because of the time scale. So the ones on tonight's list: Kelly, Jade, Eve, Mutz, Isa, Lillian, User 419, Ellie and Heidi. So we're going to start with Kelly. Kelly's a subscriber, so Kelly gets 2 cards. We've got Jade with 1, Eve with 2, Mutz with 1, Isa with 2, Lillian with 1, User 419 with 2, and Ellie is 1, and Heidi is 2. Okay. Yay! Oh, I'm so glad you're excited. All right. Do we still have Kelly? Where's our beautiful Kelly? Kelly, Kelly, Kelly. Is Kelly still with us? Let's have a check. Let me have a look. Let me see if I've still got Kelly on my list. Okay, I don't have Kelly on my list. Susan, is Kelly on your list or she disappeared? I think she may have disappeared. I'll keep her name at the side just in case. Right, she's not on the list. Okay, let's take Kelly off just now then. And we're going to do Jade. Jade, you have a choice of moon or animal card. What would you like? Oh, Dr. Sunshine, how dare TikTok keep you kicked out? Animal for Jade. Let's go with animal. Do you know, was it about a month ago, I was on somebody's TikTok and I kept on getting kicked off. What I ended up doing was uninstalling the TikTok app and reinstalling it, and it seemed to take the glitch away. Might be worthwhile trying. But I did. I just uninstalled the app and then I reinstalled it and it seemed to work. Don't know why, but it just did. Either that or give... Spirit keep on touching my ear. The same thing happened last night as well. I keep getting somebody touching my ear. All right. Okay, so let's do the animal cards for Jade. Okie dokie. Thank you to everyone for getting us to, how many likes have we got? Wow, 61k likes. Wonder if we can get to 70k likes before the end of the live. Is that possible? That's like another 9,000. K. Do you think we can do that? What do you think, folks? Do you think we can get to 70k likes before the end of tonight's live? Just by tapping that screen. Costs nothing to tap. Our highest goal was 105. We got 105k likes one night, which was absolutely phenomenal. People were tapping the screen like crazy. That's the highest. Nobody has beaten 105k likes on my live yet, but that's the record that we need one of these nights to beat. It was an amazing night. It was a busy night, but we did get to 105k likes. But you know what? We were chuffed tonight to get to 50. Now we're at 61k likes. So thank you everyone for tapping. And well, 62k likes. So thank you to all the people who are just tapping that screen. It would be amazing to get to 70. Yes, it would, wouldn't it? Even Rio's cheering you all on. Rio's excited. Thank you. Rio likes all those likes. Likes the hearts going up. Okay, turtle is your animal card. All right, so you've got the turtle coming into your life. Turtle's message is it's time for retreat. Right? Now is the time to retreat. Stop trying too much to make something happen. All right? Sometimes in life we want something so badly. And sometimes that something isn't the right thing for us, but yet we want it so badly, right? We want to strive for it. And, you know, we know it's maybe a little bit out of our reach, right? Some examples of that is, you know, we want to go to college or university, and the colleges and universities are so full, and there's no online places left. We might want to learn to drive, and all the driving schools are booked up, right? We might fall headly over heelsy for someone that absolutely steals our heart away until we find out that that person is actually taken. And yet we think, do you know what? And we tell ourselves, don't we? Oh, that person's with the wrong person. That person should be me. Right? And you know, if you've got everyone knows that when they have a crush on somebody, right? It's like that's all they live and breathe and dream about is having that person. Even if that person's with somebody else, they clutch onto the hope that maybe someday that person or that couple may fall out and, you know, you're next on the list. You know, it's a bit like that song, isn't it? I want to be Johnny's girl. And if I was Bobby's girl, that's it. I want to be Bobby's girl. And if I was Bobby's girl, what a happy, you know. And then in the words of the song, you know, Bobby has someone else, kind of thing. It's that kind of scenario, isn't it? We crave for something that, for whatever reason, is out with our reach. Now, that's not to say that we're not good enough for it. Sorry, am I getting the card in your way? Rio likes to look at himself in the camera. Now, that's not to say that that was for us. It's maybe the universe's way of saying, you know, that person or that thing that you are wanting to do, or that project that you want to do, that job that you want, or that thing you're trying to really, really so hard to get, or you're trying to impress the boss for promotion, but there's no places for promotion, but you keep trying, right? The universe or turtle is saying, stop trying so hard, right? This is not, maybe look at the bigger picture. If this isn't working out, or if this isn't for you, ask yourself why. Why is the universe not giving me this? Even though they know I desperately want this, why are they putting obstacles in my way? right? And 9 out of 10 times, the reason that that happens in our life is the universe has something better. And if you took that first choice, you're going to miss the opportunity that's not yet here. All right? How many times do we apply for a job and we don't get that job? And we kick ourselves and we feel really angry because we knew that that job was going to be ours, but yet we kick ourselves because we never got it. And then maybe weeks or a month or two later, another job comes up, but this new job has more money. This new job has higher position, and you go for that one and you get it. Then the penny drops. That's why I didn't get the first job, which was less pay, less opportunity of promotion, because it was the universe was telling me, this is not for you. Stop trying to push for this, because that's not your right path. That's not what we see happening for you. So let it go, release, right? Retreat. And just let it go, accept that maybe that's not the right path then. It's not that you're not good enough for it. It's just that the universe is letting you know in a subtle way that what you're wanting so badly in life isn't the right thing for you at this precise time. And if you were to go with that, and even if it worked out, you're going to miss something better coming along. Oh, I'm so glad it means something to you. So I know you've been trying. Turtle is saying they know how much you want this. They know how much you desire it. Right? And it hurts because you can't get there. But this is the time. This is Turtle saying something better's coming along. Let it go. Retreat. Right? Accept that this is not your right path. This is why you keep getting turned down. This is why it's not working out. Right? And if it's not working out despite all of your efforts, there is something bigger and better coming along, and the universe is pushing it your way. Hold on, be a little bit patient, and wait for the second opportunity that comes your way, because that's going to be bigger and better. And that's Turtle's message for you as well. It's saying, if you take this, if you keep striving for this, which will never happen, and even if it did happen, even if there was a slight chance that it would work out, it's not going to last, right? Because you'll see that other opportunity that's coming in the future sailing past you, and you're going to kick yourself and you're going to say, do you know what? I wish I hadn't taken this one now. I wish I'd waited. I wish I hadn't really pushed it, right? It's like forcing somebody to love you that doesn't really, really love you, but they go into a relationship with you anyway just for peace of mind, right? Because there's nobody else around, right? It's the same with, I always warn people off love spells, right? I see people over the internet all the time asking witches, including myself, do you have a love spell to make somebody love me? No. Yes, there are such spells. Will I ever use them? No. Why? Because can you imagine how you would feel, right? If you knew there was a man in front of you, like, somebody that you just didn't like their vibe, you didn't like their energy, right? You knew they were the wrong person for you, right? And somebody bangs you over the head, puts you in the boot, locks you in a room with this person, or locks you in the house with this person, and they're saying, we're forcing you to love this man, whether you love this man or not. How would you feel, right? Would you end up loving the man just for peace of sake? Of course you wouldn't. In the end, you would absolutely resent him, or even worse, hate him. That's what happens with love spells, because you're going against somebody's free will. All right? A lot of the time, arranged marriages or forced marriages or relationships never work out for that very reason, right? Law of attraction is always the way forward, right? Nobody has a right to choose your partner for you, right? Or tell you this is the right person or this isn't the right person, right? So this is why, you know, a lot of people want their son or their daughter to meet somebody rich and famous and all the rest of it, and they try and push it and they try and make it work, and it just doesn't work because there's not that mutual connection, there's not that energetic or spiritual connection between them, right? There's not that law of attraction. So the turtle is saying, accept that this, whatever it is you've been working for or trying to get to work out, the reason that it's not working out is something better's coming along. Just be a little bit patient and wait for that something better to come along, and it will work out. Yay, I'm glad. Dr. Sunshine's cat's giving likes as well. I'm glad you understand, and I'm glad that has meaning for you. All right. Lots of love, and I'm so glad you got that reading. Okay, we've got Eve next. And I'm also going to put Dr. Sunshine Fire on the list as well. So Dr. Sunshine Fire, you're on the list. Eve, what 2 cards would you like? One of each for Eve. Okay. Let's do one of each. Moon and animal cards. So Spirit, what does Eve need to know? Honestly, every time I have my hair, I try and put my hair behind my ears, and obviously Spirit don't like it, because every time I put my hair behind my ears, they keep touching my ear. I'm just going to keep my hair there. That's it, I've decided I'm going to keep my hair where it is. Oh my goodness me. All right. It's like somebody going doop, 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 out like that in your ear. It's so annoying. I have a mischievous spirit that likes to poke ears. Go figure. Happened last night as well, believe it or not. It's weird. Absolutely weird. Okay, and my candle is going crazy, so we have got crazy spirit energy. Can you see that? It keeps going out and then coming back in and going out and coming back in. It's just absolutely crazy energy. Alrighty. I remember I did a reading years ago and the energy was so strong. And I had 2 candles burning on a candle stand. And there was a purple one and a black one. And it wasn't in a glass or anything, it was just 2 sort of, they weren't sort of pillar candles. They were smaller than pillar candles, but they were a black and a purple one, and I put it on the stand and lit them for the readings that I was doing. And I kid you not, the bloody candles exploded. And there was wax everywhere. Honestly, it was like a murder scene. There was red and purple wax everywhere. That has never happened again since, but yeah, And it was live on camera as well, which was absolutely crazy. I don't know who got more of a fright, my audience or me, but the two candles exploded. So yeah, candles flickering. So now I kind of either use large pillar candles or I use the candles that are in the jar when I'm doing my live readings. We don't want exploding candles. Especially with little Rio in the corner behind me. He's already got a red tail. He doesn't need any red or purple wax on him either. So, yeah. Alrighty. So the two cards that Eve's got. Moon card, adjustments are required. Alright, adjustments are required. And you've got the salmon. Alright, so the salmon is determination. Right, a salmon never gives up. It's determination. You know where you are going and you will get there. Alright, you know where you are going and you will get there, and adjustments are being made, right? You know you know where you want to go. You know what your next goal or your next dream or your next plan is. You might not quite know at this stage how you're going to do it or how you're going to achieve it. You might have already started making plans to achieve it. And there might be a few glitches along the way. It's like, well, okay, I know how to get step 1, 2, and 3, but what about step 4 and 5? Right? Sometimes, even with our best intentions and we get everything runs smoothly, and then we hit a blip in the road. Right? It's like going along in the car, right? And the road is absolutely smooth as silk. And you don't see a pothole coming, and the tyre hits in the pothole and you get a puncture, right? Chances are you hope that you've got a spare, or if you've not got a spare, you hope you've got a pump at least and a puncture kit, right? And if you haven't, you find another way, right? You might say, right, okay, I've got a phone, I need to think out with the box. Right, so I don't have a puncture kit, I don't have a pump in the car, I don't have a spare wheel, but I do have a mobile phone, and I can phone a nearby garage or get somebody out to come and help me. Right, so we're always thinking outside the box. And this is what Salmon is saying. Have a little bit of faith and have a little bit of determination. When things seem to be too tough, the tough keep going. Right? Salmon know they need to be at the top of a waterfall, and they'll try 1,001 times to jump up the waterfall. 9 out of those 10 times they're going to miss, and they're going to be right back where they first started. But does the salmon give up? No. It's determined. It's determined to push on, to come over those obstacles, even though it's tiring, even though it's exhausting. It knows it needs to get up there, right? It needs to get up to the top of the water to get to the fresher water. So it will keep trying. And if it fails the first time, it will keep trying. It's determined to push through any obstacles, even waterfalls, out of its way until it gets to where it needs to be. And this is what Salmon is saying. You know exactly what you want. You know deep down how you can get that. Yes, there may be a little bit of hard work involved, but keep that hard work going and you will get there. Adjustments are being made. If at first you can't succeed, and yet it's still in your heart and soul to do that, keep determined. Just find another way, right? It's a bit like the salmon. There may be a higher end or a